Oh, hey. What's going on? Andrew in the chat writes the following. Sid, should I be taking creatine as soon as I wake up in the morning? Or should I take creatine right before bed? This Jays team isn't good for me. We'll talk about the Jays in a second. I can tell you creatine, normally the most effective time to take creatine is after a workout because your muscle cells are far more receptive to the creatine in that moment. That's probably the best time to take it. For those of you who don't do any heavy training, as long as you're consistent with the creatine throughout the day, like every 24 hours, take it at the same time, creatine is very effective that way, but you cannot miss a cycle. If you miss a cycle, your body will feel it. It will not have the desired effect. So you can have it after a workout, or you can just take it once a day. I'm explaining creatine.
I'm just going to hit the intro. Is that okay?
You can hit it any time. That's fine. That's your type of creatine. Go ahead.
For the audio, or you can even watch back, giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion, going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion, going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
S-I-C-K, it's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back, giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K, 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 S-I-C-K,
All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
You are now listening to The Sid Seixeiro Show. Powered by Sick Media, the sickest Toronto sports show. Now, here's your host, Sid.
What's up? It's Sid. Thursday, May the 21st. The World Cup's basically here. It's around the corner. It's like 20-something days. Math is not my strong suit. Sid Seixeiro Show, powered by Sick Media. We are live on X, we are live on YouTube, and we are live on Facebook every day, noon Eastern, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific as well. Also to everyone listening on the audio pods, going about your business throughout the day. We appreciate you. If you'd like to support what we're doing here, so far so good, hit like, hit subscribe, and pray for us. I don't know if there's a pray for us button on YouTube. There should be. Good to see you all today. I'm in a bit of a headspace to start the show. The underappreciated things are top of mind for me today on this Thursday. And it began with a little something at Yankee Stadium last night known as rain. Last night's Jays game was delayed. It was supposed to be a little after 7 p.m. Eastern. And they had a low-pressure system roll through Yankee Stadium. And somebody on the team suggested maybe a doubleheader today. Didn't happen. Azzo wanted a doubleheader today badly. Because we respect Jay's day game times on this show.
Agreed.
We do. And the Jays game at Yankee Stadium delayed till a little after 9 o'clock last night. And we'll get to game in a second. Rather entertaining, if you'd like pitching, ball game. But it once again proves to me that the greatest thing in this city, sporting-wise, that we never talk about is the roof. Hold on. No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
The roof at Rogers Center. You know what's the great thing about a roof? Protects you from stuff. Go ahead, Azzo. What would you like to say?
Retractable roof, because you can have both.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't care as much as I used to about the retractable roof aspect of Skydome.
It's so much better when the roof's open, but the fact that you know you're going to a game no matter what the weather is nice.
Have you ever been in there when the thing opens or closes mid-game?
Yeah.
Maybe once in my life. It's a rarity.
It's happening more lately, though. I feel like it happened more recently.
Like
it's happened numerous times.
Like last year or the year before?
I think it's happened once. Like in the last 2 seasons I've been there.
Because there were moments with Skydome early on where they couldn't read the forecast well enough. And the roof would be open, downpour.
But you got to admit, nothing beats being down there with the roof open, right?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, so you want a retractable roof.
But I'm just saying, when you need it,
yes.
No one in this city says, thank goodness for the Rogers Center roof. We just say, oh, we got a ball game today.
No, but imagine going there all summer and it's closed the entire time.
But that's not my point. My point is you're going to see baseball that day.
Yeah,
that's my point.
Okay.
It's not going to be delayed. You're not going to see it an hour late. You're not going to see it 2 hours late. You're going to have some text chain with a guy, I'll disguise his name, Beth Casaparty, saying, are we going to have a doubleheader tomorrow? Like, none of that. You have a ball game in Toronto.
We're going. Would you have waited around to watch that full game last night? Like, if it started 9:15 and you went for a 7 o'clock game, would you have stuck around?
If I'm in New York?
Yeah. Like, if you're going to that game and the ticket said 7:07 or whatever.
If I'm a New York baseball fan and I have the choice to go home and sleep or watch Yohendrick Pinyango's tattoo, I go home.
Right.
I don't watch sporting events live if they start after 8:30. I'm not doing that.
On the East Coast, that's crazy.
I'm not doing that. I am going home because, A, the traffic in Toronto, it's like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, you got stuff to do. Life happens.
Right.
But because you got a roof in Toronto, unlike those losers in New York.
Yeah.
7:07 first pitch all the time. Weekends are different. But even on weekends, bang on. Mm-hmm. Game starts whenever. To the Rogers Center roof. We appreciate you. We do.
Would you ever go to a doubleheader if we had one here, though?
We've had like rare doubleheaders like scheduled sometimes. Like there hasn't been a lot in Blue Jays history in Toronto.
No, I know.
But once in a blue moon, you'll see it.
With the shorter games, could you stick out like 18 innings?
You could do that now with a pitch clock.
Yeah.
For sure. Now, one day there's going to be like 19 ABS challenges and the games will be back to the length they used to be. But I was watching that last night going, you know what? We don't have that problem in Toronto with the rain interrupting sporting events. That's stupid.
Right.
Go on with your bad self, roof. The roof. The roof. The roof is awesome. WM in the chat. Does the roof have a no movement clause?
No.
It actually, no, it doesn't because it moves.
It has to move.
It has to move.
It has to move.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
3-hour rain delays at Exhibition Stadium were fun.
They were not
no,
fun.
Unless the X was open, you could go and then go.
Do you know one of the great in-game reports in Toronto sports history. I'll never forget it. I think it was game 1 of the World Series when the Jays, it was the Jays' first game of the World Series in 92 with Atlanta, but it was technically game 3.
Right. The first game ever in Canada.
First World Series game in Canadian history.
Yeah.
After the whole Atlanta Braves had the Canadian flag upside down and Ted Turner and Jane Fonda, the whole thing. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
So they come back to Toronto for game 3. Like one of the most anticipated sporting events. Like the Calgary 88 Olympics weren't as anticipated as this baseball game in Canada.
Yeah.
And I don't know who CTV sent to Exhibition Stadium, but they sent someone to like a pitch black Exhibition Stadium. And they said, by the way, without the roof, this game's not being played tonight. Back to you. I don't know who it was.
Come on.
I don't know if it was for like Fergie Oliver. I don't know who it was. But it was like one of the great, it was out of a commercial. And CTV had a separate hit set up. And they're like, by the way, if this were here, you'd be pissed because it's pissing rain. Let's go back to CBS.
And that was it.
That was it.
Wow.
Great. It was like the perfect thing. Exhibition Stadium.
Was it you? Is this why you're bringing it up? Is this how you got your start?
How I got my start. Are you kidding me? Just entering my my man years watching that. Kira in the chat. I was 8 then. I think I was the same. No, I was a little older than 8. So I want to shout out the roof. Because we do not appreciate the roof in the city at Rogers Center the way we should. God bless the roof.
Somebody in the chat, I lost it though, had Roof Appreciation Day.
With all due respect to Homer Hat Day. Did that already happen? Homer Hat Day? Sorry, Domer.
Domer. Let's come on.
Dome?
With the big donut on it.
Domer Hat Day already happened, I think.
Did it?
No, or I don't know. I'm bad with when the giveaway days are.
This Friday's
it's the
double bobblehead.
Edwin Batista thing.
Can we make a bobblehead like that, me and you? Since you're talking about creatine today, me and you just going like this.
We had a creatine for those who didn't watch the start of the show, because if you're on audio, you don't know what happened. Someone asked a question about.
Man, you're smart,
right?
Yeah, you're right.
That's right? Yeah, like if you're listening on audio, you have no idea what happened in our cold open.
They don't get that cool song.
No, they should.
I know.
Someone asked, when's the best time to take creatine? And I read in Men's Health. I'm serious.
You know from experience. I thought
I'm not allowed to read Men's Health. I'm not allowed to read Men's Health. Men's Health said if you want to take creatine after a workout, you take it. That's the best time because muscle cells absorb the most. And really, there's no bad time to take creatine. Just make sure you're consistent with it. So that's the conversation we had.
I think there's a bad time to take
people
creatine.
In the chat were shocked to hear me talk about creatine, health, or training.
Jim Bro Sid from Marcus. What else we have?
We had a lot.
Sid went from chicken fingers to creatine. What a development.
Yeah, smoke on the water. It's pretty good.
Jeremy Berg, disclaimer ticker across bottom of screen. Sick Media is not responsible for any creatine injury. I think that's the biggest truth.
Yes. Sick Media is not responsible for a lot of things I do and you do on this show. So things you appreciate. The Rogers Center roof. That hit me last night. Definitely. Another thing kind of hit me. And I want to take you back. And I know this is the worst way to start any story. I realize that. Because no one wants to hear a story that starts this way. Some of you get hooked in immediately. But I know most of you want no story, want no tale that has a first chapter that goes like this. But here it goes. Remember the pandemic?
Oh, dude. What's wrong with
Just follow me here. I'm going somewhere with this. And it's not to creatine. Remember the pandemic? I remember the pandemic. Weird times. But there were moments where things like it just felt different. And there was one specific day, and I was lucky enough to kind of be down there for it the entire day when I was doing morning television. And it was July 30th, 2021. It was when the Jays came back to Rogers Center after not being allowed to cross the border. So I was part of a morning show that day. It was a lot of fun. Imagine the sense in the ballpark for that. It was everyone. It was Shapiro, Atkins. It was concessions folks. Everyone's seen each other for the first time. It's like a high school reunion. Like they hadn't seen each other in ages. like that. And I did a show down there, and there was just a buzz because the Kansas City Royals were in town to take on the Jays for the first time since the Jays were allowed to cross the border because of the pandemic. And it was just an amazing atmosphere. And the crazier part of that day was it just wasn't the Blue Jays returned on July 30th, 2021. It was trade deadline day in Major League Baseball. You remember that, Ezra?
I do.
It was trade deadline day.
That's crazy.
So we do the show in the morning, and there was something, as a sports fan, to be down at Rogers Center for that. There was I don't get emotional often, but I got some feels that day. So I went home, and I had tickets with a few other BT folk for the game that night. We had a great time. And again, there was a trade deadline that was coming and going between the morning show I did and the ball game that night. And the last thing anyone really thought about was, wow, the Jays are going to do something here. Everyone was just, their mind was on other things. The Jays are back. It was just a different feel. Lo and behold, out of his back pocket, Ross Atkins pulls off a move that really nobody saw coming. So on a day that was intensely emotional and newsworthy already for the Blue Jays, they go out and pick up Jose Berrios. July 30th, 2021. In exchange, the Jays sent Minnesota Austin Martin and Simeon Woods Richardson. Jays won the deal. Think it's safe to say. Azzo doesn't think they won the deal? Really?
Simeon Woods Richardson still pitching for the Twins. I don't know.
Still pitching for the Twins, yeah. Yeah.
The Twins are going places.
Maybe if Berrios would have got the win in that playoffs, playoff game.
He's really packing them in, those crowds in Minnesota, eh? Simeon Woods Richardson. To the point where I was at the J game that night, July 30th, 2021. I'm walking up the lower level stairs to go in the washroom, I guess. And a guy yells at me and he says, Sid, do you like the trade? I'm like, what? He goes, do you like the trade? To the point where three people closer to us repeated it. I didn't hear him. It was semi-annoying to the rest of the aisle.
Are you wearing your headphones? Why didn't you hear him?
I just kidded. It was loud.
Okay.
I hadn't been used to stadium noise in a while.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's right.
That's actually very fair.
And I said to him, do you like winning? Because he can help you win. And the guy looked at me and he went, boom. Good take. So I will always remember that July 30th, 2021 for a lot of reasons. One of them is the Jays acquired Jose Berrios. And I'll also remember Jose Berrios as a guy who 111 days later, for a market that has a hard time at times getting athletes to commit financially to Toronto, who don't know much about the city, let alone during a pandemic time. But 111 days after that moment, after Berrios was acquired, he re-upped with the Blue Jays, 7 years, $131 million. Very quickly. Very quickly. There were a lot of people around baseball who thought this guy was just going to kind of, take his time with it. See how things go and really before really committing to the city of Toronto. But he did. 111 days is not a lot of time in baseball. Berrios said, I'm here. This is the team. 130 million helps. But he committed. And, there were some negative times, obviously. The 2023 wild card game pulling of Berrios early will live on in Blue Jays infamy. No one from the organization has still properly explained that. Nobody. And I thought Berrios actually handled it pretty well. I would have turned over tables. I would have set things on fire. Mm-hmm. What Merrifield did. Yeah. There were other guys on that roster who were super publicly pissed
100%.
at that. But I thought Berrios handled that with some class.
Definitely.
I really did. And listen, the last few years, his power has gone down. There's no question about it. He hasn't been the strikeout pitcher he has been in the past. And last year ended oddly. Like they didn't use him for a stretch of over 10 days, threw him out there. He got lit up, and then he wasn't with the team during the World Series, and they made him apologize when he got back to spring training this year. It just, it didn't feel good at the end. And yesterday we learned Tommy John surgery for Jose Berrios. So much for the stress fracture being the only issue. Jose Berrios yesterday went under the knife, and he's going to be gone for anywhere from 12 to 18 months. And I just look at Berrios generally, because I've always been a fan of Jose Berrios. And I look at their situation now, like Braden Fisher is going to start that game tonight, probably Spencer Miles behind him in New York against Carlos Rodon. They don't have a fifth starter right now, the Jays. And you look at the numbers for Jose Berrios in this town. As a Jay, he averaged 27 and a half starts per season. That's solid. You can set your watch to it. And here's the last number I saw about Berrios that really stuck out. Only one season in Toronto did he have a wins above replacement below 0. I think generally during his 7+ seasons with the Jays, he had a 7 WAR. Is it Cy Young? No. But it's good. It's dependable. And sometimes you take it for granted. So as we sit here and the Blue Jays are begging for anything this week out of Dylan Cease and Trey Yesavage because the rest of the rotation is just kind of, I would like to take a moment and thank a young man who may have pitched his final game for the Toronto Blue Jays in Jose Berrios. Maybe not. We'll see. But he's 31 years of age. Things haven't been good with the organization. All signs are pointing towards one specific type of ending. So if it plays out that way, thank you, Jose, for everything. You were really good. Really good for this team.
Great.
And they should have won more in the playoffs with you, if I'm being honest.
At least once.
Before last year. Good pitcher, Jose Berrios. Now, that dependability is important for any team. The question is now, where do the Jays go for that level of trust? And I'm watching a kid last night strike out Aaron Judge 3 times. 3 times. Trey Yesavage struck out Aaron Judge 3 times last night. He struck out 4 total, right?
What was it?
I think, did Louis Varla not get him in the 9th?
I believe so.
Yeah. Aaron Judge had a rough night last night. But Trey Yesavage.
4Ks.
4Ks, thank you. Trey Yesavage struck out Aaron Judge 3 times last night. His final line, 6 innings, 0 earned runs allowed, 8 strikeouts for Yesavage. Jays win. They are now 5 games below 500 going into that game tonight. Pirates in town this weekend. But it's the type of even keel with Yesavage that you're seeing, which is fascinating. Like Yesavage hasn't had the type of season so far. There was the injury. He came back. He was okay. He hasn't kind of stuck his chest out yet. Last night was the first time this year he did. And when you look at his numbers now against New York, last postseason and last night, 38 batters faced, 2 hits allowed. He's walked 1 person, struck out 19. That includes 4 Ks of Aaron Judge this year going into last year's postseason. Like, with all due respect to Vladdy, it's Yesavage that likes the Yankees. But this quote from Yesavage after the game last night on striking out Aaron Judge 3 times, dude, here's the quote. Trey Yesavage, quote, "He's a good player. I try to strike out everybody. I guess it's an accomplishment to strike him out 3 times, but I try to do that to everybody." End quote. He's a good player. 3-time MVP, Aaron Judge. He's a good player. Look, the Jays have to work the edges here on this rotation. This is not near good enough for anything. Wild card, anything. They are not going to make the wild card unless they figure some things out. But in terms of that level of starting pitching stability and trust that Jose Berrios gave you for the better part of 7 years, Yesavage wants all that smoke from you. He wants to be that player. The Jays are very fortunate they found this kid. Very fortunate. Because at least in that department of dependability, and I know Cease is good, I'd like to see more of him. It feels like Yesavage will fill that gap. You need pitchers in your rotation where everyone just is allowed to breathe when you see them on the schedule. Yesavage is that kid. And it's a history is hinged kind of moment for the Jays potentially. Again, I hope we haven't seen the end of Jose Berrios as a Jay. I feel like we have. For a lot of very valid reasons. But Yesavage has the potential to be the next Berrios, just better. And I can't wait to see what the kid's about. But shout out to Jose. Really good pitcher for this team. Jeff Azzopardi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sydney.
Your general thoughts on Jose Berrios, Azzo? Like, let's look at the whole thing.
3-time opening day starter for this team, too.
It was 3, eh?
3 started.
See, that's like those are pitchers you trust.
Now, it's going to be interesting because he has an opt-out in this year, or opt-in, I guess, more.
But with the injury, he stays in, right?
But it's for 2 years, not just 1.
Well, it could be 18 months, man.
No, I know.
It could be the better part
I know,
of 2
that's
years.
what I mean. He'll be back in like halfway through. But he's committed. He'll be on the roster for maybe 2 years unless they brought him up.
I think considering the relationship between Berrios and the Jays at times, I think the severity of the injury, I think his contract, I think there are going to be people in Jose's camp, family members, friends, agents, I don't care who it is, that just say to him, look, just wait for your free agent year when you're 33 years of age and just get ready for that. He's made a ton of money.
Yeah.
Jose Berrios is fine.
He has.
Like, it's not about that. It's about how much do you want to continue this? And I think he'll find a job eventually.
Well, it was always funny, right? Going into the season last year, I think Ross Atkins had only handed out 2 extensions, Randall Grichuk and Jose Berrios.
It wasn't Randall Grichuk and Berrios. It was just those two.
Those two. Those are the only extensions the Jays had ever handed out in the Shapiro Atkins regime.
Well, what about Kirk?
Before last year.
Oh, before
Vladdy and before Kirk.
Right.
So before last year. Like, dude, that's 8 years of a history. And those are only 2 players they extended.
Yeah.
That was it. That was crazy.
That's like a wild. But you know what? I don't hate that. If you don't feel like you have players worth extending, don't do it.
Right.
That's your team.
But if you always think you can find, like, I don't know why they did that. It is also weird because you would think you would hand out a few more just to keep some more consistency. But if you're not winning, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot there too. But I always found that to be a hilarious stat. Like Randall Grichuk.
That's crazy.
And then Jose Berrios.
Moose in the chat. Jays don't mind paying pitchers to recover from Tommy John. Looking at you, Shane Bieber.
Although it does make me question everything again, man. You know, I've been very critical of this medical staff. Like, how did this get to this? And again, like, didn't see this coming. Always thought it was about his elbow, which they didn't see at first either.
You know what? You've been on this for a while. I have to occasionally compliment you. You've been on this misdiagnosis of Jose Berrios. He was about to go to the WBC.
Yes,
he was about to go. He pitched a spring training game right before they found out about the stress fracture. He was going 4
innings at a time.
He was going 4 innings. I forgot about that.
Well, and that's all I hope for, that they don't mismanage somebody like Trey. Like, honestly, his last outing wasn't as good as the one last night. And I was starting to get worried that maybe the stress of jumping all those classes last year and the stress he put on it last year was playing a part. Like, I was starting to believe the impingement for this year. And I needed to see a performance like that last night. But it's true. It's like his first 2 starts against the Yankees have been insane. I know Sarah Langs had a crazy stat on it.
Jith in the chat. The distinction between confidence and arrogance is so fine. Manoa.
I was going to...
Yesavage backs it up, is the main point of the comment.
But so did Manoa. Manoa was an all-star for his first year.
He was an all-star for a year, yeah. And then the pitch clock.
And everybody loved his swag. He's a better Marcus Stroman. He goes out there and shows them. That was the thing. He's the chat's totally right on that.
Until the pitch clock made him diarrhea all over himself.
I couldn't breathe.
John in the chat, Yesavage was nasty last night.
It was.
Like, I do like how people who stayed with that game last night, again, it wasn't a crazy start time. 9 o'clock's not crazy.
Kind of crazy.
But that was a hell of a show from Yesavage. And he's like, it's the strut now.
Dude, he just needs
It's
to
the
have.
strut. He's got like the Vince
No,
McMahon kind of thing going
He
on.
went out there
there.
on fire. He had 3
I like
Red
it.
Bulls before he pitched with
I
the
like it.
delay. He had 3 Red Bulls in the delay time.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said he walked around, watched his teammates take naps and play cards, and he just drank 3 Red Bulls.
Moose in the chat. I agree with Azo. Consistent negligence from the Jays training staff.
Moose is so smart.
How, you know what? Can I be honest with you? I had one energy drink in my life. And I started getting heart palpitations immediately.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
I did not
it's like-
enjoy the experience.
It's like 3
at
espressos
all.
I want. No, dude, it can.
Like-
if you're not used to it, having 3 of those, like, no wonder he was amped up.
Yeah.
But let me tell you my difference between him and somebody like Cease. Like, if Cease has 6 pitches where even in that start, even though it wasn't his best start, there was a 20-mile-per-hour difference between like his fastball and his changeup or whatever the other pitch was. 20 miles per hour difference.
That's nasty.
Like that's
tough. That's
insane,
tough to
dude.
deal with, man.
And
That's
if he's
really
throwing
tough to-
like he didn't have all pitches working. If he has 6 different pitches he can throw as a first strike, dude, Cease is on a different level. Like, I'm sorry.
but he's never like Cease is always going to be his own worst enemy.
Yeah, agreed on that. That's what he has to get under control. You're 100% right.
Chimichanga in the chat. Coffee exists. I'm good, boys. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm team.
But people who
coffee
drink
all day.
multiple Red Bulls, that's a different.
You're asking for it, dude.
Yeah,
Don't-
100%.
Listen. It's cleared by the Canadian Health Society and whatever it's called. Like, I'm not here to just dump on something like that.
And again,
it's on the shelves. It's clear to a point. It's just for me personally,
Yeah.
it wasn't a good feeling.
but that's what I need the Jays. That's what I need to see the Jays as an organizational do. These young studs that come up, like again, we put it back to what we heard from that Rays coach. Sometimes you just got to slow it down. Like Barger comes up, slow it down, dude.
Slow it down. Yeah.
Like you don't have to be Brett Laurie on 3 Red Bulls, like where you're out of control. It was what derailed Brett Laurie too. It's just always go, and like 100, like, okay, pick your spots.
Blue Jays, I lost this here, forgive me. There's a lot of comments today. Blue Jays 9293 in the chat. Sid has heart palpitations walking up the stairs. That's not true.
No.
When I got my COVID shot, maybe, but not lately.
It is crazy how much energy drinks have become a part of society and people thinking it's what they need to get through it.
Yeah, I'm not down with that. I'm with you. Like, there's something about it. It's like, there's nothing wrong with a coffee. Nothing wrong with a coffee. You want to double up? Double up. There's strong coffees.
Yeah.
There's not as strong coffees. Lots of choices out there for you.
Nitro coffees now, which is like Red Bull in coffee. The first time I had one of those was insane. You ever tried one of those?
No, that I have not had.
Like, I
have
think
not had a
Starbucks has
nitro
them.
coffee.
A few places had them. Honestly, it was like Red Bull in the coffee. It was insane.
Woo!
First time I had one going into work, I couldn't settle my heart down.
Lion.
Dude.
By the way, Brad Bunting Valenzuela.
Yeah,
Is that his
now
new
all of a sudden he
nickname?
wants a bunt all the time. I
Or
don't.
sorry, Brandon
Brandon.
Bunting Valenzuela. He's good at it.
I know. Apparently he's been working on it. So maybe that was his call on Monday or whenever that was.
They're coaching him up.
Well, he said, I think Jimenez told him, he told me if whoever gets on, I'm going to bunt him over for you.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so I guess Brandon is, but he's got power. Like,
See, I would let him hit.
yeah.
Like,
But that's his call. It seems he's making the call on that, which is bizarre.
I
too.
hope he's not. That one in the 7th inning last night, or whenever they got that run across, that didn't feel like his call. Do you think that was his call?
Jimenez said after the game that Brandon told him, if the guy gets on before me, I'm going to bunt him over for you.
All right.
Or no, he let off the inning? Or he says, I'm going to try and bunt on. I don't know. Jimenez made a point to say that Brandon told him he was going to do it.
No, Valenzuela was in the middle of that inning. Like, he moved guys around.
Right.
But listen, and Jimenez had a great at bat against Cam Schlittler to bring the go ahead run across.
That's what you got to do against
like
those
a
pitchers.
terrific at bat from Andres Jimenez. But Azo, I have to say,
Yeah, you're right. Ernie got on, Sanchez walked, and then Brandon said he was going to bunt both those guys over for him.
like, the win is great.
Yeah.
There at some point, the mood can't always be let's scratch and claw for absolutely every win. Like there's a feeling here watching the Jays win games where it's like, boy, you got lucky with that.
But dude,
And listen, I know Jays fans are like, a win is a win, and this is great. And listen, John Schneider, who's maybe under more heat than we realize right now, I'm sure he appreciated that win last night. But don't tell me any Jays fan is walking away from the way they're operating right now and saying to themselves, we're about to turn the corner. There's no way that's the prevalent feeling. There's no way there's optimism to that extent. Because that's the feeling. I walked away from that going,
I got lucky.
that took everything they had.
But there was a lot
to
of games
score
like that
2 runs.
Yeah.
And you threw Hoffman in there, and Tyler Rogers, and Louis.
Farland in a bit of a...
Yes. Farland was a little... and you needed that from Yesavage. 8 Ks over 6.
Right.
Scoreless.
Right.
It's just like...
But there were a lot of games like that last year. And I'm still not seeing a guy with an over 800 OPS, which is insane.
Well,
which is
the way they're hitting right now, you're not going to see it anytime soon.
And so that's where you have to scratch and claw for every run you get. Like, that's who these guys are. And again, this goes back to the year before last year. This is who they were. They had trouble scoring runs. They need guys to come around. But I was okay with the lineup yesterday. Because who are your top 4
I'm fine with it too, but my point is, like, it can't be desperation season all the time. Like,
you're right.
Moose in the chat, I agree, Sid. These wins don't feel right.
Yeah.
There is something about this, and we're going to hear from Brad Treliving here in a second. He kind of goes down the same road with last season with the Leafs. If you win, there's 2 types of wins. It should have looked that way, or we won, it should not have looked that way.
Right.
And the Jays, every win they're picking up recently is, that was nice, but
right.
And I'm just being trying to be honest with everyone watching and listening to this. This feels taxing on every level of the Jays. The pitching staff can't screw up. They cannot screw up. Chris Bassett, if he was here, would have a heart attack at this situation. He wouldn't stand for this at all.
I know when you started this, you were like, if you're a Jays fan and you like pitching, then you like you have to be a pitching fan if you're a Jays fan, because that's the only thing you have you can rest your hat on is the pitching of this squad to keep you in a game.
Flippin' A in the chat. Scrappy wins shouldn't be the norm. I don't mind them once in a while. I agree with that comment. I don't mind them once in a while, but like, let's go here.
You said it. I said it. How many come from behind wins did they have last year? That wasn't realistic to happen again this year.
I agree with you.
Right?
Luca in the chat. Sid, their only win that looked right recently was against Jack Flaherty. And again, Vladdy hit a home run that just cleared in that game.
Well, yesterday, he barely swung at that one, and it was 10 feet from the wall.
By the way, though, I'll say this. Brandon Valenzuela, the sac fly from Vladdy to make it 2-0. Valenzuela, I think, scored on that.
He did.
Do you know who the loudest guy on the field was? You could hear through the mics hyping up Vladdy.
Valenzuela. Yeah. Good teammate.
He wants to be a part of this, man. 100%. I like this kid a lot. I'm sorry. I know he's not Carlton Fisk.
No.
But like, I think they have stumbled upon something here that's very important in terms of a team concept. He is blending in very well to what they do. And is he going to make mistakes with ABS and not throw everyone out? I understand.
But you know why he's making those mistakes? Because he wants to be a part of it too bad. He's trying to help his teammates out when he knows they're struggling.
In what?
And he's trying to do too much as a young guy.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. makes $500 million. Valenzuela's hyping him up? What the hell are we talking about?
It was like that when they got back to the dugout.
That's insane.
Too. I noticed that too.
You saw that too, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe because there was basically no one at Yankee Stadium by the time that happened. You could hear everything going on in the field. And Valenzuela is going to Vladdy. Yeah. Let's go, Vladdy. How is that on that kid's shoulders to do that?
Yeah.
It says a lot about the room right now.
No, I agreed.
And the clubhouse. I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe it. Good for the kid. I'm happy for the kid. But he's shown me a ton. But like Vladdy's got to snap out of this.
To your point,
this is crazy.
The other way to look at this, they were 2 key hits away from being 3-0 in this series. They had a chance to win every game in this series.
I mean, I don't know if I'm willing to go there.
A situational hit here or there? Did they not have the tying or winning runs on?
But we're working under the premise the bullpen locks it down every night.
No. Well,
I'm not willing to say that.
To your point, you know why? Thank God it wasn't a doubleheader today, because they couldn't have survived it. They couldn't.
100% they could not have survived.
I was thinking about that after. I'm like, actually, you know what? It's good for the Jays. It wasn't a doubleheader because there's no way they had enough pitchers to go through it.
They would have been eaten alive.
Yeah.
Eaten alive.
Well, the bullpen's all screwed up now because, to your point, they don't have a 5th starter. They always need these openers and guys to go 3 innings. Like, you're screwed. And now it's screwing with your bullpen's taxed, and it's May 21st.
I don't know what you're going to do here. Chris in the chat, wasn't the Jays hitting coach the GOAT last season? Now what? We're going to have a Dave Popkins conversation here.
But, dude, it's about working at bats. That's what they did last night. Sanchez took a walk, which he doesn't usually do.
Jimenez worked his at bat to get the walk to make it 1-0.
Well, did you hear what Schlittler said after the game?
The BABIP? Did you have the quote?
I do. It's just unacceptable. Just walk 2 guys. That's a team that's going to BABIP the bleep out of you. except he said the word. Some unlucky stuff, but can't walk the bottom of the order.
And BABIP is just batting average with balls in play.
Right,
So they don't count strikeouts.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
But that's what they did last year too. And again, that's why I was saying to you, I'm okay with the way, like, just leave the order like it was yesterday. Your 4 best, especially with the injuries, because of injuries isn't more reason to mess up the order. I think it's more reason to keep it the same. You know who your 4 best hitters are?
I'm with you.
It's Springer, and so you need him to come around. You need Vladdy to come around. Varshall's been hitting. You know, Varshall's got like the second highest average in May in the majors.
Say again?
Varshall's got the second highest batting average. I can't remember if it was in the American League or in the majors, one of the two. But he's like second for batting average in May.
Dude, I was one of the few guys a couple of weeks ago going, I think Varshall's not the problem.
And then Okamoto in 4. So just keep that 4 up there. Especially
Okamoto looks lost.
Yeah, he's going to have ups and downs, man. But
no, but like for a guy, here's the only reason I bring that up, because I like Okamoto.
Yeah, of course.
But for a guy who's never hit in the major leagues, who had a hot start, and in a league that makes adjustments very well on hitters, that concerns me a little bit.
He actually started, he had a first good game, then he fell off a bit, then he came back up.
Then he got
he's fallen off again. Yeah.
Like, I just feel like
it's going to be a roller coaster.
I'm just not willing. I like Okamoto. I'm rooting for Okamoto. I think he's the type of professional they need.
I think yeah, exactly.
But it's a little wanting right now.
And that's why I'm saying keep him in the 4 hole. And then you put Ernie and him, like, dude, their number 9 hitter has been their most consistent guy all year. Andres Jimenez.
It has been Jimenez. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Right? That's where we're at.
There's so many. I was going to read just one on this in the chat, but right now the chat has descended into: should Heineman go or should Brendan Valenzuela go when Kirk gets healthy again? I don't think it's a discussion. I think Heineman needs to be shown the door. Enough.
I disagree a little bit.
Why is that?
Because do you think Brandon could have a part in this in the future, like a more steady role? Then he needs to go to Buffalo and play every day. Here he's going to play once a week, maybe twice. You're going to have Kirky in there most of the days. Brandon's going to be on the bench. I'd rather have him playing in Buffalo.
Well, let's. But you're making the assumption Kirk comes back and plays every game.
Well, like he used to. That's why I think it's taking him so long.
But I think it's going to take Kirk time to get his back going again.
Yes,
I think they're going to be way more careful with Kirk in terms of getting him back into the groove. Now, if they're as desperate as we think they are, I'm wrong, and they're going to throw him in there at
least 5 times a week.
At least. But in Valenzuela, you do have a guy who can run a little bit late in games, pinch run,
some power.
Yeah. Like I think you'll see more of Valenzuela than people acknowledge right now. Should Kirk come? But I understand your argument. It's a good argument. He's a good young player. He's shown flashes. Clearly, he's going to be around. He's at the minimum as a backup catcher. Get him reps at Buffalo and let him get better down there. I'm seeing things out of him, not just with the bat, but again, it's those interactions with his teammates that are surprising me.
No, he wants to be there. You can tell.
And I've seen the Tyler Heineman experience. I'm over it. I'm done.
From the first time we saw him, we said he looks like a ball player.
Yes,
and that means fitting in with the team, doing what he can. And I honestly think he can get even better, to the point where maybe you trade Kirky in the offseason because his contract's reason.
Whoa.
Just saying. If you think Brandon...
Trade the 2-time All-Star catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
There might be some interest in him. Wow. Who knows what you can get for him. If you think Valenzuela could be a future. Because who pointed it out in chat? That Kirk is only 27 and Valenzuela is 25. Like, there's not that much difference.
Like, Valenzuela is an old, young guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that makes sense.
Right.
Michael in the chat. Kirk will play 3 out of 5 games. Valenzuela the other 2. Maybe. If Valenzuela is the backup, like, I don't see them playing Kirk like 19 out of 20 games.
I think that's why they're waiting so long for him to come back, man. I think they want to throw him right back in there.
Steeler in the chat. Don't touch Kirk. He's the captain of the pitching staff. Mm-hmm. Oh, you struck a
Doesn't
nerve.
Everybody say Kirky's the difference of this? Like,
but I'm not. They're so bad. I don't know if he's the difference in this. Wow. Do you think he's the difference in this?
But you're hearing about anybody who's coming back. Like, I'm tired of hearing, let's wait till everybody comes. Because I don't know if it's going to happen.
It won't be Lucas. I'll tell you that coming back. He will not fix what ails them. That I can guarantee you.
People think that's an insane take just for Brendan to go down to play more.
How about this? The kid in the chat. Guys, come on. When Kirk is back, Pinango goes back down. So they're going to carry 3 catchers?
No.
Guys, there's no way they're carrying 3 catchers.
No.
By the way, did you see that Shai talked to Pinango about the lip tattoo?
Yeah. Did you hear the Yankees broadcast making fun of it?
It was a little awkward in the Yankees broadcast. But there's no real like deep emotional reason for the lip tattoo on his neck. I think his quote was, "When you're young, you do stupid things."
I was going to say, well, you told me about the one you have on your butt. But.
No, lower back. Careful. I have lips on my lower back. Did Canada just win in overtime against Norway at the World Championships?
Did McKenna score?
No, I think Scheifele got a hat trick.
Oh, wow.
Hat trick for Scheifele.
It's pretty good.
Hats flying onto the Swiss ice. I think
it was a final.
I think this game was like all Winnipeg Jets.
There's like Riley right in the middle.
It was Velarde and a hat trick from Scheifele.
Riley and Mint in there.
Dude, they play 7 group games
That's
at the World
insane.
Championships.
I couldn't believe that. I didn't think there was any way they were playing everybody in the group.
But this is now.
It always this long?
I don't know. But this is like this. The fact that this many Canadian and NHLers went over this World Cup in 2028, they want to be a part of.
Yeah.
It's changed everything.
Yep.
It is absolutely best on best hockey went from being in a graveyard to it is here and it's here to stay. And if you want to mess around with Hockey Canada, you better show up. You better show up. No more excuses, Bedard.
True.
You better show up.
100%.
Love it.
The kid wants you to know he was being sarcastic about that.
Oh, I can take that. See, that's that.
No, but the Penango staying up and carrying or going down. And
I respect sometimes sarcasm lost in the chat.
In the chat, yes.
I appreciate the
comment. Put a winky
Thank
face or something so we know.
Oh, winky face is huge.
Right?
Now I know what that means. All right. So, sorry. A couple more baseball things before we move on. The worst ABS challenge of all time happened last night in the Jays game.
That's amazing.
No. So last night, I believe it was the 8th inning with Tyler Rogers on the mound for the Jays.
It was.
The most overrated ball player in the history of New York baseball, Anthony Volpe, is at the dish. Now, Anthony Volpe, for those who have forgotten, was the next Jeter. Heaven help him. Was the next Jeter. He is, like, to his credit, he's played about 7 games since he was called up. He's hitting
backup. Yeah.
He's hitting .250, which is way better than he's normally doing. But defensively, this is not a good player. His instincts always look a little off. And last night, I took a still of this. He challenged that this was a ball for those watching on YouTube, X, and Twitter. That ball is like, that is clearly a strike. And my guy's like, boop.
Yeah.
Top of the helmet.
With confidence.
And the ABS review, I almost should have pulled the still of that. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Right down the middle.
It was right down the middle. Volpe, like there was a gasp in the crowd at Yankee Stadium at how bad this was. Anthony Volpe is like the best part of the Jays going forward for any Yankees team. Keep playing Anthony Volpe.
Well,
keep doing it. He's not about this life. Keep putting him out there. Keep trying to salvage all this hype. The amount that's been invested in this pick, he's going to be a nobody. A nobody.
Well, that's what I was going to say. What I loved about it is they went right to Aaron Boone's reaction of it after the challenge came back. It should have cost them both challenges.
Is it me?
It was so bad.
Or does Aaron Boone look like he's aged about 7 years?
100%.
I don't say that lightly because we all get there. But like, I feel like the last 12 months, he took a ton of heat after the Jays beat him.
Definitely.
A ton of heat.
Oh, and he's just angry all the time now. Like his team's winning. What are you so angry about?
Endangered Smoose in the chat. Aaron Boone, always pissed.
Right?
Always.
100%.
Here we go.
Even the way he does the challenges is amazing.
Michael in the chat. Who's more overhyped, Volpe or William Nylander?
Oh, yeah, that's yours to answer. You take a swing.
I might say Volpe.
Wow.
At least Nylander has gotten some points in his life. I'd say Volpe. Volpe's done nothing. Nothing. What does he do? He can't play defense, but he makes up for it by not hitting. That's what Anthony Volpe does for the Yankees. Insane. I got a story.
You always do. You're going to take us back to the pandemic again?
No.
Let me take you back.
Not.
Do you remember the plague?
Okay, guys, I have some pictures regarding the bubonic plague that I'd like to show you.
Let me take you back to this time, but hear me out. Let me finish.
It went viral.
Let's remember the plague. Those doctors were better than the Jays.
Coming up in a second, another Macho Man and Randy Savage impression. But first, I got a quick story about the bubonic plague. No, it's not as intense as the bubonic plague. But there was a moment where I think the Yankees were in town. No, the Dodgers were in town. I remember the show you and I did. Dodgers were in town early in the Jays season. and Marlins man was behind home plate. Do you remember that?
I do.
So
I do. Of course
Marlins,
I do.
for those who don't know, Marlins man, he's the guy who wears the Marlins jersey, and he just kind of pays to sit behind home plate, but he's got no other shtick. But he was in Toronto constantly for the Dodgers series,
Yes,
and the postseason last year.
Still wearing that same outfit. With
Same outfit. It's just like a visor. It's nothing.
orange and like
Orange.
that ugly orange.
That's it.
That brutal orange.
And I got really annoyed. I'm like, get the hell out of Toronto. What the hell are you doing here?
Why are you wearing Marlins stuff when the
Who cares?
Marlins aren't playing?
Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you and I started talking about other people behind home plate constantly.
It's become a subculture
at
there.
Blue Jays games.
Wait, is Marlins man at the Yankees Jays series? I seen
I
pictures
saw
from
him there.
yesterday.
He was there. Yes, he was there last night.
Yeah, and the 19th.
Yes.
I missed that.
Marlins man was at Yankee Stadium last night. So Azzo and I earlier this season got worked up into a lather about Marlins man.
I didn't, just for the record.
I think you joined.
I did.
But then we started to like take aim at a bunch of folks.
There's the
behind
guys
home
on
plate.
creatine.
The guy on creatine's fine.
There's like three.
I support him completely.
There's like three of them.
Seems like a really nice guy.
They're super nice. Beautiful hair.
And he cut it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, he
right.
cut it. That was a big development.
That's right. That's right.
And then you and I brought up sequin jacket guy. And some people online didn't like that we had that discussion. I basically said I'm done with sequin jacket.
Yeah.
I'm done.
But because of the jacket. Yeah.
It's just the jacket.
The jacket.
And throw up a picture, Azzo, for those who have forgotten who I'm talking about here. If you've watched the Jays game, you watched the Toronto Tempo game, you've seen a Raptor game, he's either courtside or right behind home plate. I don't see him at Leaf games as much.
And that's the second time we brought him up. When I went to the Tempo game, he was there.
He was at the Tempo game.
He was at the Tempo game when I went.
So this is the guy we were talking about. You have seen sequin jacket guy if you watch Toronto sports at all in the last 18 months.
How are you going to miss him with that jacket?
He has a jacket that's sequins. So
I think we wondered last time if it's multiple jackets or just one.
Well, I might find out soon. So I came in this morning and there's an email sitting in my inbox.
Oh boy.
And it's from a guy named Brad.
No.
Brad.
Sparkly jacket guy. We know SGA. Let's go with SJG.
Can I tell the story?
Yeah.
Thanks. It's a guy named Brad. And I'm going to read you the email that I was sent. I understand you're not a big fan of mine. And I can certainly appreciate that. However, I am a big fan of yours. From back in the day when you had an afternoon show on a network we don't need to discuss.
That's a great line.
Oh, we'll never forget the spandex. I have an extra ticket behind home plate for tomorrow night's Jays game. Wanted to offer you the opportunity to sit with me.
Wow.
If you have any interest, let me know. Brad, a.k.a. Sequin Jacket Guy.
SJG.
SJG. There's an SGA?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to.
SJG.
That's what I'm saying. Let's call him that.
So, for those who aren't following, we got an email from Sequin Jacket Guy, who was very kind about it.
Very nice.
Very nice. So,
invite for a great ticket to a ball game.
Like a pretty good ticket to a ball game.
Great ticket.
So, I won't get into details, but I have answered back, and we'll see where this goes. But we got an email. I guess there's people listening to the show. We got an email from Sequin Jacket Guy who clearly wants to give me an opportunity to learn more about this phenomenon that is developing behind home plate at Blue Jay games and various basketball games around the city.
Huge new subculture in the city.
All right.
And it's crazy because then you made me do research like you usually do. Hey, I don't know much about this. Do a lot of research on this when you get it.
Seaside in the chat. Hell yeah, you better go, Sid.
So there's a lot of threads on Reddit, on Facebook about who is this guy. So maybe we can introduce more to the world. It's crazy.
See, here's what Azzo and I were kicking around before the show. Do I also have to wear a sequin jacket? If we do
have one?
No.
I feel like me and
I can't believe I even had to think of that. There's
him
no way
and I
have a
would be
sequin
friends
jacket.
because I've got some crazy jackets. Him and I could be friends.
You dress like a
You're a
give me one of your idiotic jackets.
But I wanted to get to this, so I started doing research because we were looking for stuff on him, right? And because there isn't much on him.
Chimichanga in the chat. Sid should go as Colonel Sanders. Do you remember that during the postseason?
There were some crazy ones in time. He was the man in white too in the outfield, wasn't he?
That was a good promo.
That was a great.
That was good.
Somebody says you should wear your cycling suit, Steeler, in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Imagine going up the stairs in that.
Yes.
Yeah, tarps. Maybe it can be a tarps off game like
Tarps
they're doing in St. Louis.
What is with the sections of the fans ripping off their shirts at sporting events and I'm missing? Is there something else going on here?
That's one it was a team that used to do it. I mean, George talked about it last year, right? Springer, he always says he was going to go tarps off if they won. Like it's a thing.
Mikey in the chat. By God, it's sequin jacket, guys. Steel chair in the inbox. Where the hell did it come from with a jacket? Son of a bitch.
But the funniest thing is,
Chris in the chat, be bodysuit guy.
Oh my God.
I got news for you. I was bodysuit guy.
I don't think any of us
I've already been bodysuit.
None of us want that.
Nobody wants
so
to.
we're looking for some information on him because maybe we can introduce him more to fans. Because fans, there are so many threads on Facebook, on Reddit about who is the guy with the blue sparkly jacket behind home plate.
Because we were like, full disclosure, Azzo and I were kind of having a problem finding this is what intrigues me about maybe this meetup with Brad, because I don't think no one knows anything about him, and he gets more airtime than anyone on TSN and Sportsnet.
Well, that's the thing. There's threads of people wanting to know more about him, and nobody knows anything. So it was funny. One thread I went on Facebook, Meta AI automatically puts a description of like the whole thread. So it says what people are saying about this blue sparkly jacket guy. Sparkly jacket guy, a high energy Jays fan, is a local celebrity, but opinions about him vary, with some finding him entertaining and others finding him rude. That's what AI says about poor Brad.
They're saying Brad's rude, eh?
Yeah, and some people are. And then I looked, and the whole chat is everybody saying what a nice guy he is, which is hilarious.
Now, full disclosure, we did kind of rip on him pretty hard that day.
The jacket. We didn't rip on him. It's the jacket.
It was the jacket.
Just
that's it. That's the ticket. It was the jacket.
We like it, Brad.
It was the jacket.
It made you stand out. We're talking about you.
There's a lot of people that want me to wear spandex.
Oh my God, don't. But Brad might take away the invite if you're doing that.
What if my shtick behind home plate is slightly balding Portuguese guy? What if I just go out on a limb and have that be the shtick?
You got to wear the Canada soccer jersey.
Jith in the chat. Is this the beginning of a new 30 for 30 doc?
Or
new true crime podcast?
50-50
See, that's why I'm getting all this info out there in case I get jumped by gate 8.
I already know what I'm saying to Dateline when they come to me and the lights are out and I'm just having to talk. Those stills on Dateline. But people are posting pictures with him. Like, he seems to be a really nice guy. I'd go.
You seem like a very approachable dude.
This one. Like, found this. Look, when John Schneider got ejected, look how mad he is. Like, he's sharing.
No, he's supporting the team.
Honestly, when I went to the Temple game, I saw him making the rounds. He was talking to a lot of people. Seems like a super friendly dude. So I'm sure you'd have a great time. Have fun. Sure. Go with
I don't know if this is going to happen.
Go without me. That's okay.
Oh, I will. Sorry, did I miss the Azzo inviting that? Let me see. Not that.
I'll wave to you from the 500s. That day.
Yeah. No, you'll be out in the Corona patio, whatever they call it.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's a good idea.
Actually, it looks like a good time up there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll keep you all updated as to what is happening here because I now listen as a serious journalist.
Dude, you don't have to update anybody. They're gonna see you if you go.
No, but like but as a journalist, like I think people are curious what this guy's deal is.
Agreed. Like I said, I saw so many threads asking, and there's no direct answer about him. But he is called a local celebrity. So, man, I wonder who gets more pictures taken with him if you go.
How about I just show up in a Portuguese jersey and start a new shtick called Portuguese Man?
No.
Oh, sorry. Marlins Man took that shtick. Marlins Man took the shtick.
Yeah, no.
I'm from here, dude. I'll be Portuguese Man behind home plate.
So be Canada Man.
Viva Portugal. Okay,
Are you still mad about the 4 goalies?
Oh, I'm not.
Why not?
Okay, so I mentioned that Portugal was the only team I've ever seen bring 4 goalies to a major tournament. They announced their World Cup team.
Great time of year announcing World Cup teams.
2 developments. One, Germany did the same thing.
Really?
Now, apparently, it's a 26-person roster, but you're allowed a 27th strictly because I think there's something about this World Cup. Well, not something. It's obvious. There will be more travel for teams in this World Cup than any World Cup in history. This is going to be a big one. So they're allowing teams to bring a 27th player, but you can only activate 26 on game day.
It's like a one-man taxi squad?
Basically. Essentially.
Right?
It's a one-man taxi squad.
Okay.
So that makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
Portugal will still lose in the
but
quarters.
You still think you would use that
on
a goalie? Especially if you have
but that's the
three.
thing. I'd rather use it on let's say a defensive midfielder.
Yeah,
when
where
you're
you got
protecting a
multiple
lead.
guys.
I don't know. Germany and Portugal have a few defensive mids they could have brought. That could have helped.
But when you have three goalies, you're more likely a defenseman or a striker is going to get hurt than your
It's a
goalie.
weird move. It's a weird move. Never in my life have I seen the third goalie on a roster in a major international tournament play. I've never seen it. Right. The only thing I saw close was I think Italy in 2000 at the Euros. They had two goalies get hurt, and then Francesco Toldo was like the guy for the whole tournament. I don't know if he was the third or the second guy, but that's the worst I've ever seen it. I've never seen it in any other country situation.
Right.
Chris in the chat. Sid Mike touch bobblehead night. Guys, the crutch has started on the mic. I can't stop it now, even if I try.
The over-under went up from yesterday, by the way. There was, I think, the same guy, 85.5. Because, yeah, you definitely hit the over yesterday.
Is there a way Betway can put that on the app?
Can you imagine?
How
but then
many
somebody
times?
would have to count. Oh, my God.
Well, because I'm not, I will keep it honest. But, how many times I touch the mic during the show, Betway for one day needs to throw that up as an over-under.
But you can't know because
one
then you'll
day.
do it more. You
Maybe.
can't know.
I might do it more.
Yeah.
Hey, Azo.
Speaking of, yeah.
Great time of year.
Why? Because you're getting invited to sit behind home plate?
Man, I already forgot about that. Puck drops, tip-offs, first pitches. When the game is on, you call the shots. Head to betway.ca and bet your way. Must be 19 plus. Play responsibly.
Your dog's pick's off to a good start.
Vegas. How about Vegas last night? Are you
Vegas
stunned with Cale Makar not playing?
A little bit.
That the other team won?
I was trying to think about this yesterday, and I was like,
I don't
does
know,
Colorado think they can beat him without him, and they don't want to rush him?
No, they didn't look like a team that thought they could beat
No,
him.
I know. I agree.
They didn't.
But that's what I was thinking going into the game. Do they think they can sit him out? Because, you got no timeline, and obviously not. But had they won that last game, now is there more pressure to put him in for game two?
There might be. But I'll tell you this. A shoulder is a shoulder, man.
Yeah.
And it certainly looked like that's what Makar was favoring towards the end of the previous series against Minnesota.
And now the minute he's in the lineup, he's a huge target.
You know what I find interesting? All these guys are getting hurt over at the Olympics. No one sits out but Crosby. But in the Stanley Cup Finals, I can't play. I find that weird. I think hurt guys in the Olympics hurt our country. That's what I believe.
Agree. Wow. How can you argue that?
I just think it's a very interesting entitlement to say I'm suiting up, but you're not healthy enough.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I'm so-and-so. Okay. That's fine.
Dude, just to take it back
That's
to
fine.
baseball really quick, you see all the WBC guys who are struggling? Tatis doesn't have a home run, I'm pretty sure yet.
By the way, thank you. Yeah, Fernando Tatis doesn't have a home run.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Do you know who struggled the most?
Scobo? Are you going to go there again?
No. And it was after the home plate incident. It was Cal Raleigh.
Yeah.
Cal Raleigh and Rosarena. He has not been the same since that.
That's fair. I forgot about that.
He went 0 for 30 something,
Right.
Cal Raleigh.
Mm-hmm.
He almost won an MVP last year in Seattle. That incident happens on home plate where he doesn't shake a Rosarena's hand. He's lost.
Yeah.
Lost. That is the silent, craziest story from the World Baseball Classic. And MVP was ruined.
Yeah.
He was ruined because of public pressure. He got killed for that. He got killed. I didn't think he should have got killed.
No.
But he got killed. Crazy.
But how bad is Makar? Because they had what? They had almost a full week
Listen,
off.
man, you're missing game one of the Western Final. You're not in a good place.
After a week and how many
you are
days
not
off
in
did they have?
a few. They had a few.
They had almost a week.
They didn't have a Carolina Hurricanes break.
No, but
but they had a break. They had a break.
That's why I was trying to think there has to be something else to it.
Moose in the chat. No, I doubt it, Azo. I'm sure they do respect the Vegas roster. Yeah, I'm sure they do as well.
But who had they gone through is all I was thinking. And they've been on such a roll.
While we're here, the kid in the chat. Dare we say Raleigh, North Carolina is cursed. Hashtag Danhausen.
Let's do it.
Did you see Danhausen at the Knicks game? Cursing.
I did.
He cursed the Cavs before they blew the 22-point fourth quarter lead.
There's something real about it. I'm telling you.
Okay. Honest question to the wrestling folk. By the way, we're going to the TNA card in Brampton. We're in.
Thanks again. Another meeting without me.
Yeah. Keep telling me I don't take you places. Keep telling me I don't take you places. You're going to Brampton. So is Danhausen good or not good as an entertainer?
Good. He's just
hold on. You hesitated.
But in what sense? Like,
Okay.
it's entertainment. It's a throwback to the way wrestling used to be.
If 10 out of 10 entertainers are like Stone Cold, The Rock, and like the Ultimate Warrior,
But he's entertaining in a different way.
where is he on that? If that's a 10, where's Danhausen and the Cursed Bet? Where is that?
I'd
'Cause
say
I'm seeing him-
7.5.
It's that high.
But it's different. It's a way different type of entertainment than the other. It's like a throwback. It's a more
it's cheesier, is what you're saying.
Yes, 100%.
Because that guy like has to do that makeup every day.
Yeah, I know. And he walks
Every
around
day.
with it everywhere.
Oh, he's gonna get sick of that.
DB sets you straight. Danhausen is very good and very evil. Sorry, hit the wrong one. It's very good and very evil.
Well, because he curses people.
Yeah, well, that's how he starts everything.
Oh, sorry. That's
I'm
not
very good and very evil.
You do have to walk me through it at times.
By the way, you see your boy Joey Henry? As I like, he actually has an album coming out.
My guy could sing, Joe.
Yeah,
Henry.
yeah. He's gonna actually release an album this summer.
How's the song been?
Fire.
Logan Paul.
Yeah.
But what does he say before it? Paul, you should fire Logan.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Something like
That's pretty
that.
good.
That's good.
Joe Henry will do no wrong in my eyes. I'm a big Joe Henry guy. Say his name and he'll appear. Okay, let's move on here. We already touched on Vegas. By the way, one last thing on Vegas, because we threw it out on the Sid Seixeiro Show Twitter account and social accounts. Because Mitch Marner, who had another assist last night, Mitch Marner is 7 wins away from winning the Stanley Cup. If he wins the Cup, does he bring the Cup to Toronto for a day and tell everyone to suck it? Because Kadri brought the Cup back, but went to London.
Right.
Maybe went downtown somewhere, party. But like, if you're Marner, do you go up University in a convertible with the Cup?
You do your own parade?
Do your own
They were
parade.
right. Plan the parade.
Go up Bremner, right turn, Scotiabank, around, right on up to University in York, and then you have your own parade.
And you have put Willie in the back just giving everybody the finger.
No, his old man.
Oh, both of them.
Both of them.
Actually, yeah, one for
Both
each
of them.
side.
Yes.
But you know why I like that question? Because it's a different take on Marner. Because now it's just really annoying me. The people are like, see, Toronto wasn't the problem. I saw some reputable hockey like accounts, social accounts, still just going like leaning into that so hard now. Like it seems like with each goal or point he gets, some social accounts are just leaning into it even harder.
Sorry, explain the take again. What do you mean by
no, see, Toronto wasn't the problem. Mitch isn't the problem.
Mitch
Toronto
isn't the
was.
problem,
Sorry,
yes.
I said that wrong.
Yeah.
Mitch isn't the problem. Toronto was.
Well, the part of the problem with Mitch is that he was
but I mean,
he was a failure in the biggest games in the city's history for 10 years.
No, but I'm saying
nothing changes on that front.
Accounts just
Nothing.
extra pushing it now that he's having a good playoff.
Well, because everyone's hitting the clickbait. I mean, I understand why people are pushing it. We technically did it today.
No, but I'm saying that's
technically did the
that's
same
a
thing.
different take on it. You're not saying Toronto was a problem. You're asking if he should bring the cup back.
The Cup back.
It's quite the
If
question.
I'm Marner,
It's
I
quite
bring
the
it
question.
back.
Yeah, well, he's from here. His family's
I
here.
bring it back.
He's going to bring it back 100%.
Now, it's also, to be fair to the Leafs,
You
and
share it.
I don't like doing this a lot, but to be fair to the Leafs, like, Marner left.
Yeah.
I know technically it was a trade. God bless Nick Waugh in that era. But, like, it's there were moments where, and I believe these reports, like from Kipper and other places, they were trying to sign him numerous times.
For sure.
Numerous times.
I mean, they did the same with Brad Treliving. So we went from trying to sign him to firing.
They did the exact same.
But dude, now he has the goal of the playoffs and maybe the assist of the playoffs. That was
pretty good last night.
That was great.
Well, look, I think without Makar, I could see it. I could see Vegas doing what they need to do. If Carter Hart's going to play like that,
dude, seriously.
Like now, Braden McNabb had a rough end of the game though. He was slipping around out there pretty hard.
See how
they need to tighten up. But
see how pissed McKinnon was.
Yeah, but like, I'm glad you brought this up. Is it possible to want something too much?
Yes, 100%.
Because then everyone around you seizes up. We have seen it. I bet you, to all the listeners of this show, we've seen it in any walk of life. Someone gets too tense about something. I've been guilty of this. Someone gets too tense about something. It affects everyone around you.
We've all been there. Dude, this is what I was talking about Vladdy the other day, walking into the dugout and nobody wanting to talk to him or even look at him.
Sure.
It's become way too tense. And I think you're 100% right on McKinnon.
I just think but like, I know that's his rep. at some level, you gotta bring it back.
Gear it down.
You gotta gear it down a little bit.
Yep.
You're missing your best defenseman. There are things going on here you can't control. You've been pretty good at being a good depth team. It's not like you haven't had guys around you who haven't contributed. They have. Like, just a little.
Yes.
Just a little. And you might be fine. But he's a Hall of Famer. So he thinks differently from others. Wesley in the chat, Carter Hart played solid, even though the 3 goals. He did. I'm with you.
They were pushing hard.
Because they have generally done this without the best goaltending.
Yeah.
Wait till they get it. Like Vegas West are the Habs East. They've gotten to this point. Now, Vegas have taken on worse teams than Montreal, but not everyone's been in the same loop in terms of production.
Dude, we started
they're missing Mark Stone.
Yeah. Well, we started going down this yesterday. Like looking at the goaltending around these conference finals is very interesting. Like, who's the goalie you trust the most in these conference finals? Is it Dobish?
Right now, it's Jakub Dobish. Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
It's the 5th round pick. It was taken 136 overall or whatever it was. Yeah. Give me Dobish. I still think the Habs come out really flat tonight because they did that last round after a tough series.
Yeah, but who's going to be flatter? The other team sat for 2 weeks.
Well, it will be interesting to see how the Canes look. This is not a team that, like, again, I think the Habs are going to win the series,
mm-hmm.
and that layoff is the main reason. On paper, the Habs are not the better team.
Right.
But this whole scenario has been flipped on its head.
But talking about pressure,
the whole scenario.
Carolina's playing with a lot more pressure than Montreal is right now to actually win the conference.
Well, but okay, that's an interesting question to me.
Really?
Because when you're in Montreal and you get to within 8 wins of the Stanley Cup,
actually, that's true.
I have a hard time believing the Canes are under more pressure. I just do. But I could be wrong on that.
Again, I think it plays to Montreal's disadvantage that they won the whole season series, that they went 3-0 against them.
It's a long time ago now.
No, I know.
A lot has changed.
I'm going to have Carolina more.
I'm not a big fan of season series talk when we're in May.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. Different world. We were in a different world.
Agreed, but it's going to have Carolina like more ready for them, I think.
Yeah. I mean, listen, tonight will be. I'll tell you, I don't want to put over importance in a game one. Like I said, the Habs coming off the longer series and have played more hockey, they'll probably look flatter tonight. But heaven help Carolina if they lose tonight. Then it gets weird. Then it gets a little weird.
Well, Montreal's been winning on the road, and to your point, they got to stack these wins on the road if it's going to be that much pressure playing at home.
At some point, here's where I'm different from you. I do believe at some point it's going to turn around for the Habs at home.
Okay.
7:00, game 3, Saturday at home. I would hope it would start in a moment like that for the Montreal.
Depending who's carrying out the flame?
Hope. Yes. Maybe Matthew Schneider comes out. Who knows? Chris in the chat, 5-1 Canes tonight. Some interesting takes. Chris
Habs
in the
win.
chat, I think Carolina blows them out tonight.
Where else? Habs win 4-2. There we go.
There's Labiton, 4-2. Did you hear Overdrive yesterday?
I did. They had quite the show, actually.
Yeah, big show.
Gordon was on?
Yeah, Jeff Gordon. Spiking footballs left and right in a very polite way. But they had on a man who is now famously known as the GM of this Team Canada entering the World Championships, Brad Treliving. Brad Treliving's previous gig, as you may remember, GM of the Toronto Maple Leafs for a couple of years. Berube's now gone. Brad Treliving is now gone. And really, before that Zoom FaceTime interview with Overdrive yesterday, I don't think any of us have really heard Brad Treliving speak about the Toronto experience. So it was an excellent interview by the guys yesterday. Very good.
Great booking. Great
Terrific
interview. Yep.
And on top of that, to no one's surprise who's ever dealt with him, a classy appearance by Brad Treliving. Didn't dump on anyone or anything. Had some interesting things to say, but Brad is, how do you say, good people. He's good people. And clearly he wants to get back into the game at some point for him to be doing interviews like that. That's also part of the calculus.
Do you think he does after the Calgary and Toronto now?
I think there are a lot of organizations who would bring him in as a consultant in some way at the minimum. Okay. I believe that.
Just curious. Thanks.
So we carved up a few of the clips here. they're all interesting, but I thought this question from Jeff O'Neill was really good because it set up the quote of the interview. And Jeff basically asked Brad Treliving, so what was the difference between winning the division year one and whatever the hell that was in year two? And this is what Treliving said.
The manager, you take responsibility for it. So the responsibility is mine, but I always say management, coaching, players, we all share, right? We all got 33% of the pie here. I certainly think that, you can look and say there was injuries, and we the beginning of the year, the goaltenders we had lost the goaltenders, but everybody goes through injuries. To me, those was an excuse. There was a fall off there, and whether, we didn't have the buy-in. You can debate how we played a little bit. The biggest challenge for me was and I talked a little bit about it in November, is even the games we won on the scoreboard, we weren't winning, whether it be shot share, controlling play, driving play. And so that's something that, maybe not for today, but in the future here, I'll be able to, dissect a little bit further and give you a better, more intelligent answer. But certainly over the last little bit, it was a quick turnaround, left Toronto and jumped into this pretty quick. But certainly doing a lot of reflecting on my time there. Disappointing it came to an end, for sure. Loved every minute of it, but listen, I understand it was a tough year. And when you go through a year like that, there's consequences, but lots of good people there. And wish them all well, and hopefully they can regroup for next year.
The line in there, the headline grabber is, we didn't have the buy-in.
Yeah.
Didn't have the buy-in. So two things. One, no kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding. You want to be a forechecking team that plays defense, and none of that happened. None of it. But my question off that is for Mr. Treliving. If you, let's say around Christmas, if you saw you didn't have buy-in, what the hell is Craig Berube still doing there? We are in a world where coaches are being fired constantly for less. For less. Cassidy lost his job for less.
8 days left in the season.
Patrick Waugh got fired. He was in the playoff mix. They made a change in Columbus. Like to sit there and just go, yeah, the players aren't listening to him. Let's give it another 2 months. Makes absolutely no sense and is the epitome of Leafs paralysis. Mm-hmm. That is a pathetic move by that organization. And they acknowledged it early. They knew it was Mark Savard who ate it because of that, who was running the power play. They were too scared to do it with Berube. So they just did it to Mark Savard. Lesson for the Leafs and for Keith Pelly going forward and John Chayka and Matt Sundin. If you have a room filled with people who don't give a damn what their coach is saying, probably not good for your business. Which is also probably why the majority of the names are on the trade table right now, aside from Austin Matthews, reportedly. And I support it. I support it. Because not having buy-in is also irresponsible from that leadership group as well. I'm not letting them off the hook. Now, some of them aren't good enough at all. We'll get to Morgan Riley in a second. But not having buy-in and not acting both in terms of Craig Berube and some of the leadership group in quotation marks that are allegedly in that room is unforgivable in terms of how that season played out. Ridiculous. That you cannot organize successfully and win that way in any professional sports environment. The coaches go in every day and just get tuned out. That's like a tornado siren going off. You have to make changes at that point. Across the board, you have to make changes. Any thoughts on that, Azo?
Yeah, I do, actually.
I couldn't. Now, again, like Treliving said, he actually said this like before Christmas.
Well,
he had one of the press conferences where he said buy-in, And he wasn't messing around. He was pretty serious about it. If that's the case, don't you have to do something then?
Of course.
Yes.
But do you think he always knew it was the players? This is a guy, that great season we're all talking about when they won the division, that he also made the DNA comment after that season that they needed a change in their DNA. That to me says he knew the players.
I think you're right.
Right? Like,
I think you're right.
I think these players, I don't think he felt like we're going to buy into any kind of hard-nosed coach. And yes, was Berube playing the wrong style with them? 100%. So yes, you should have made the change. But I think there are multiple fronts where this was a failure. Why would you say, like, again, we're celebrating that year. Like, look how good they were when they won the division and they went to the playoffs. And he still made a DNA comment at the end of all that, saying that we don't have the right DNA.
They knew.
And maybe did that make the players buy in even less? Well, so we're the problem? It's not the coach? Why would they listen to the coach when your general manager just said, you're not the right guys for this?
But there were also, like, to be fair about it, towards the end of the year, you heard buy-in from players too. Like, God bless Easton Cowan in Ottawa at the end of the season.
But that's the end.
But I'm just saying, it finally came out.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It came out.
You're right. Oh.
Part of the issue in that room was clearly there were leaders, allegedly, who didn't care.
Remind me who went for lunch every day together, who stuck around for lunch with the players. Like, there was like 3 guys.
Scott Lawton, Max Domi, Easton Cowan. That was the click.
That
doesn't help team morale. It's good for those guys.
I can't believe that didn't get more play. Everybody else
it should have got more play. It should have got more play.
Anyways, I'm just saying, I think we knew where this was going. There was never buy-in. You don't have the right mix of guys. The coach is trying to play the rain. Like, this was a disaster.
It was a disaster. And but it got a little more interesting to me the more the interview went along on Overdrive, because
this was going to be my next point.
Brian Hayes was asking about his relationship with Berube. Like, what do you make of Berube getting fired? And the narrative, especially towards the end, was clearly these two are not talking to each other.
100%.
At least by, like, watching them operate. And Brad Treliving tried to paint, again, Brad is a classy dude.
Totally.
He's not throwing anyone under a bus in an Overdrive interview.
Somebody even said that, like, credit to him for even taking that interview, because he knows he was going to get peppered with these questions. Yes.
But Brad's, like, also pretty good with the media. He's like one of the better guys I've seen in a while.
He knows people like him.
He's not scared of anything.
Right.
This was Brad Treliving yesterday on TSN Overdrive regarding his relationship with Berube.
Never a time where we weren't on the same page. You debate with the coach and the manager. I think that's the most important relationship in the organization, right? And you're always going to have debates on certain things, but I consider Craig a good friend, a close friend. We talk regularly. Was sad to see, things happen there. But like I said, we all know the business, and Craig's been around a long time, been in this game a long time, and understands when you go through a season like that, and then specifically when there's change in the regime, those things happen. But listen, we just didn't get it done, right? At the end of the day, you can sit here and there's all sorts of reasons, and like I said, there's to me a little bit of a death of 1,000 cuts. But at the end of the day, I don't think our record was indicative of the type of team that we had there. And like you said, we see what the team was able to accomplish the year before. But Craig will do well. He'll be fine. Like I said, he's had a long career in the league, and that relationship will always be a strong one between him and I.
I think Berube is going to become the head coach of the Oilers. I do believe that.
I see a good chance.
I think the odds are. I don't know what the odds are right now, guys. Good value. There's value in them there, Hills. Guy in the 6 in the chat writes this. I thought this was interesting. Just remember, Treliving was in damage control from the Dubas exit. By the way, I would have fired Shanahan when Dubas walked. I mean, that's tough. Shanahan kind of made the decision.
It was his decision
to make Dubas walk, so that's tough.
And let's remember, they interviewed 2 guys for that position.
Not many.
Like, that's a quick decision.
Who was the other guy?
Bergevin.
It was Mark Bergevin.
Yeah.
And he was with the Kings at the time, correct? Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it was a quick decision. They didn't do their they had a decision to make on Marner in a week.
They were never making the decision on Marner.
No, I know. I agree.
Let's stop. We got to, like, I do that too. We got to stop with that.
But I'm saying they put
whoever
they were hiring, they made it seem like they were in a rush because of that. And they didn't do their due diligence back then. Their deep due diligence.
Again, I would debate. I this is just me being an ass.
No.
and I don't apologize for it, but like when you're 2 days from a trade deadline and you're not on the same page in terms of sitting people who are trade assets,
Crazy.
you're not. Don't tell me you guys are tied at the hip. That's not an organized operation. I'm sorry. And the line from Brad Treliving, "Death by 1,000 cuts." You know what I didn't hear at all in that interview? The cut to the shoulder of the Matias Michelli trade, and the cut to the shoulder of Dakota Joshua, and the extension for Max Domi for 4 years. Treliving didn't help.
Yeah.
At all, actually. And I know the situation he was thrown in. It was tough. But some of those death by 1,000 cuts were self-inflicted. Let's just keep that in mind. Brandon Carlo, Scott Lawton, a lot of cuts in those 1,000 cuts.
Who again, your coach wouldn't play more than 10 minutes. Like, tell me you guys are on the same page.
Thank you. That was the other thing I wanted to bring up.
Yeah, 100%.
So you're on the same page. Sorry, you want me to trade a first for a fourth liner? Yep. You gonna play him? Nope.
Well, you want tougher
Okay.
guys? Here are guys I think are tough. Play them. Nope.
Berube was insane
Dude,
for some of the stuff that went on in the city, man.
And like Hill to die on.
Insane.
Yeah.
That scared the hell out of me when that was going on. He knew all about Scott Lawton and still didn't want to play him because I'm Craig Berube. Whew. Good luck, Edmonton. Good luck, Edmonton.
I honestly, I feel you on this. I think that's going to happen.
I think Johnny Barbell's going to Edmonton.
Also, can we talk about that? All these people, like Craig's long history in this league, like as a player, as a coach.
I mean, both. He does have a cup. Let's not
As a
completely
coach.
throw him in the trash as a coach.
No, I know, but
And as
again,
a player, he bled for every team he was a part
no,
of.
as a player, I give it to him 100%. I'm saying more as a coach. Because to your point, the Pietrangelo thing, for him to be considered a defensive, schemed-minded coach and to have some of the stats he did and to see him not use guys the way he did, I don't know. I just find it all so bizarre.
Slosh Hogger in the chat. Berube should sign in Edmonton 97 immediately.
Oh, man.
Guys, honestly, if it's not Cassidy, let's, for the sake of argument, say it's not Cassidy because I don't think Vegas are going to play that game. Why would they? If it's not Berube, who? Who is the coach? Unless this goes sideways in Carolina and Brindamore says, "Get me out of here." But he just re-upped.
He just re-upped.
Brindamore's not going anywhere.
No.
Like who's the? I guess it's not Laviolette. I don't think it's Laviolette. As much media as he tries to do.
Yeah, no,
It's not him. He's not the answer.
Yeah.
Multi-year extension, Brindamore 2024. Yeah. They locked him up.
Adam Foote?
Sorry, they need Adam Foote to play.
Yeah, no kidding.
They don't need him to coach.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, do they just
need
look
him
at
to
these
play.
guys who used to play defense and be like, yeah, that's our guy? Because that's what we need is better defense.
Josh Lodeo in the chat has it. Torts. John Tortorella, who is not signed for next season, goes to play or goes to coach Edmonton.
Wow.
I'm here for it.
Wait, does Vegas have to give permission on him?
No, he has no contract.
Interim. That's right.
He has no
That's right.
contract.
You're right.
Oh, doctor.
I like the kid's suggestion better. Patty Waugh, baby.
I'm all for it.
I'm for that
Patrick
too.
Waugh in
I'm
Edmonton.
for that.
Yes, get Neil Glassberg on the line. Get the search firm on the line. Patrick Waugh.
Why not?
Status in the chat. Jay Woodcroft. The Jay Woodcroft talk has really intensified.
Yeah.
Really
It
intensified.
kind of makes sense. You know, that's the best years Draisaitl and McDavid had were under him. If you want to be a more offensive team, why wouldn't it be Woodcroft?
But it's about balance now. Guys, the narrative of, well, Draisaitl and McDavid have to be better. They were both pretty banged up by the time that first round series came out.
100%.
Now, do I think the Oilers on paper should have had enough to carry them through? Like every Oiler fan was saying online, they'd be, we'll be fine in the first round. Every Oiler fan, receipts all over the internet. Take a look.
And it could never pull away in a pillowcase fight or a pillow fight division.
I'll take Torts or Patrick Waugh or Craig Berube in Edmonton right now.
You really don't think Vegas is going to re-up Torts?
I have no idea what Vegas is capable of. I have no idea. None. That is the biggest of all wild cards in the National Hockey League.
Yeah.
And part of me is here for it. Ken Hitchcock out of retirement. Jamie in the chat for the Oilers. What are the odds for the next? Can you pull up the odds for the next Oilers head coach, Azo, quickly? I could too, but I'm lazy.
I know.
Okay. I'm wondering what people. George in the chat. Azo, sick sweater, dude. Azo's wearing the Sid Seixeiro Show powered by Sick Media hoodie. Go to sickmedia.ca, and I guarantee you it will look better on you than it looks on Azo.
Maybe one day you'll see it sitting behind home plate.
Maybe. That's the thing. If this happens with by
the way,
Brad Sequin, do I have to wear Sick merchandise? I guess I should.
No.
Out of respect for the
somebody asked you, are you sure that's not the Brad that emailed you since he has time on his hands?
Brad Treliving? Yes. Brad Treliving running to Canada and Switzerland's getting his Jays tickets in order. Yes.
This can't be right. I'm looking at a Yahoo article. It says Bruce Cassidy, #1. Bruce Boudreau. Gerard Gallant. That's an interesting name.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been.
By the way, did you get that picture that I sent you of Sequin guy? Check your phone. Check the text I just sent you. It's a hilarious. I rarely do this during the show.
Yeah, okay. Give me a second. Oh my God.
But someone used AI to the point where that's not even me in that. Like,
yeah, you look too skinny.
If you can get the hell out of here. I was hoping the Ozempic would be hidden. If you can upload that, I'd appreciate it.
Got it.
You got it? Yeah. So someone on Twitter, I want to get this right here. Mark on Twitter put together an AI photo of someone that is allegedly myself and Brad, the sequin jacket guy. And the title is Sid goes to a Jays game with him only if he agrees to co-host. Do you entertain it?
So I'm out.
But the AI,
thanks, Mark.
But the AI has made me unrecognizable.
No,
it looks like
you.
It looks like gerbil me.
Except I don't like the head. Look at the headphones.
Oh, yeah, those are my headphones.
They kind of are, but they're not. They're worn upside down.
That's my arm hair. Those aren't my headphones.
You look younger. What are you talking about?
That's terrible. That's a terrible AI generated photo.
You guys got to share the mic. You know how much you'd touch it then.
Flipping A in the chat. Sid looking more like Alex Seixeiro in that photo. Oh. It's true.
It is true.
It's true.
Alex is so good looking.
Seaside in the chat. Sid without the creatine.
So bring it full circle. That's good.
All right. So again, we'll see who the Oilers are going to pick. They are up again, dude. I do not want to be Stan Bowman right now.
No,
I do not want to be Stan Bowman.
You got caught, man.
And Jeff Jackson.
Yeah.
And
who are the other names on here? So David Carl, Patrick Waugh, Dean Evison.
Dean Evison.
Yeah. Todd McClellan, Jim Hillier. Manny Malhotra, Jay Woodcroft, Mark Matt. What? They wouldn't bring
well, that's basically all of the candidates. That's all.
I'm telling you, here at plus 7,500. If they get stuck, it's going to be Paul Coffey. Would it not?
There's no way it's going to be Paul Coffey.
You keep putting him on the bench. Why not just make him head coach?
The fans will lose it if Daryl Cage just buddies this again and puts an old Oiler there. That can't happen. It can't happen. Sorry.
But what if
by the way, but I do love the experiment of putting Paul Coffey back on the bench and having the defensive system just in earnest get worse this year. Like, I know it happened once where it improved under him. Not this year. Not this year. Kira in the chat, Azo isn't wrong. Paul Coffey, potential candidate. Man, if they go down that road, Oilers Twitter is going to lose their mind.
And literally
lose it.
I'm looking at different sites. Those are all the names that are here. Just the same names on every site. That's crazy. But you're right. They're in such a corner now.
Oh, it's bad. Azo, it's bad. Okay, we have one more Brad Treliving, from Overdrive yesterday.
Right.
So Brad Treliving has Morgan Riley with him right now at the World Championships, representing Canada. And
Fraser Minton.
Fraser Minton?
He's there.
He's on the team?
Yeah, man.
Good for him.
After he traded.
The irony. So Canada won in overtime against Norway. They couldn't shake Norway today. And I'm just trying to go through the points here for I want to see if Morgan Riley got on the score sheet at all. He did not. So Morgan Riley has 1 point in this tournament. He's a plus player, but he has 1 point.
In the first game.
Yeah. Hasn't exactly lit it up. So there's a lot of talk about Morgan Riley and what's next. And remember, Brad Treliving, along with Craig Berube, is the GM and leadership head who decided to basically play Morgan Riley more minutes than anyone on the team, when it was obvious he wasn't up for it. At the most, he's a 4 defenseman in this league. That's being generous. The way he defends around his net right now. That's being generous. So Brian Hayes brought him up and said, like, what do you make of his future in this city? And once again, to Brad Treliving's credit, he entertained the question, and this is what he said.
I think there's lots of game there. It's something that Morgan and I talked a lot about when we were together. Listen, he's been there a long time. I think there's a heaviness that goes with it. He's a guy that he feels a real responsibility in Toronto.
He's been there a long time. I just want to stop it there.
Mm-hmm.
He's been there a long time. There's a heaviness to it, and he puts a lot on himself. That sentence alone means probably time to go, right?
Yes. Well, he can't be the one making it his decision. Are you kidding me? That's why you have a coach.
Just that description, that was poetic from Brad Treliving.
It was.
If you say that about any player in any sport, it's time to go. What I'm preparing for is a headline in this city from CJ or Friedge or Dreger or whoever, LeBrun, Saravelli, Pagnotta. Shout out David Pagnotta.
Yeah, he's been on a roll.
Saying Morgan Riley refuses to waive his no movement.
Well, we almost got a little bit of that. We got a
nothing official. Nothing since Chayka has taken over.
Right,
we haven't heard anything.
Chayka, but I'm saying during the season, we know he wants to stay.
Well, that's during the season.
Yeah, that's fair.
Add all those things up. In what world, other than personal reasons, which I understand, would Morgan Riley not welcome a fresh start? Like, I know everyone throws Vancouver around because he's a BC kid. If there was ever a time for a veteran blue liner on that team, it's right now in Vancouver.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You have no pressure. For Francisco Aquilini's not expecting wins. You have a new GM. The Sedins have calmed things down. You might have a great coach who you're kind of familiar with in Manny Malhotra while a Maple Leafs assistant. No pressure on Morgan Riley in Vancouver if that were to happen, hypothetically. Why would you not welcome that if you're him?
You would think you would want to change.
I would think you're right, Azo.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But can I ask you a question? You said maybe he's a 4D to be best. Like
on a competitive team, he's a 4th defenseman.
Well, okay. If they move them to that role, do you see a role for them there? Like here's my only thing. How does it go from we either need to cut or trade this player to him playing the most minutes as a defenseman for the team? Like there has to be something kind of in the middle that might.
For the record, it was, I believe McCabe did play the most. But
I know, but it was
second.
right there.
Jake McCabe
right
played
there.
the most. Yes.
Like there has to be a.
But again, to your point, why? If you wanted to win games, and I believe up until
of course they did
the Olympic break, the Maple Leafs wanted to win games. You consistently play Morgan Riley those minutes when he was getting destroyed every night.
Yes,
there were nights where I'm like, if only Morgan Riley can be more like Troy Stetcher. Honestly,
no.
Now
true.
Troy nosedived by the end of the season too, and it is
Very
what
much.
it is. But how can you not welcome that kind of change? Like a Stanley Cup contender isn't going to bring in Morgan with expectations.
No.
That's not what happens with Stanley Cup contenders.
Like you said,
they're smarter than that.
They'd bump him down right away.
I just think there are places, if you're him, where there is an element of the pressure's off and you have the opportunity to maybe find your game again. Now,
yes.
Morgan's game was never some great physical presence who was great in his own end. Mm-hmm. I'm sure he still wakes up once a week with Connor McDavid nightmares in his head, considering what 97's done to him in his career. But there's got to be an element to Morgan Riley where it's like
a fresh start would
this isn't working.
Yeah, a change of scenery.
So do you want to play this game where, because the Leafs also can't be afraid to sit guys.
Right, agree, and that's what I'm talking about.
If Morgan Riley's name was Troy Stetcher, he has sat a lot of games last year.
We need him off the team to playing 25 minutes a night. Like, what are you talking about? How is that like? How is there no middle ground here? And the other point too, when they won the division, when they made the playoffs, he didn't have a good year last year either.
No. Status in the chat: moving Morgan Riley is 8 years overdue. It's mean to say.
Not 8, but
is it incorrect? I don't know.
3, maybe.
I don't know.
He did do a lot for this team. So that's why I think people want to show him the respect, but it is time. It's time for a change.
Cute Steffi in the chat. My battery in my phone right now, 97%. Coincidence? Nope. The hockey gods work in mysterious ways. All right. So again, pretty good interview on Overdrive yesterday. And Brad Treliving, again, credit to Treliving for taking it. I haven't seen Berube take an interview. Now, keep in mind, Berube is like interviewing for jobs, so now's not the time.
If he wants to get right back in, do the Bruce Cassidy. Do you want the rest of that clip or just let it go?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, there's more of it. Yeah, go ahead.
No question. The last couple of years, and he'd probably be the first to tell you that it hasn't been perfect by any stretch. But I think I still think there's lots of game left in Morgan. As you get older, you got to do different things in terms of your conditioning levels and how you take care of yourself. But even you see it here. You get him around, a different environment. He's been real solid, and we've had a chance to spend some time over here, him and I, and like I said, I know how much he cares about the Leafs, the market, but I do think there's hockey there, and you see, who knows what the future holds, but sometimes a change is good for everybody, right? And so I don't know what the future holds for him, but I still think there's a good NHL defenseman there.
I still think there's hockey there. You would hope.
Somewhere.
You would hope.
But okay, so let me ask you this. Does that counter what he said in the first clip? Like, if he cares so much, why wasn't there buying? Because he checked out too. And we can all point to we all knew they were checked out when the Austin incident happened.
Listen, I didn't like the Austin, but when I say checked out, I mean, I don't think it means the same for every player. For example, there is no way William Nylander cared about any system Craig Berube wanted to run.
Right. Cared about his stats.
I think Morgan Rielly's not capable of effectively running a system right now as a heavy minutes defenseman.
Right.
So I don't think they're created equal. And I think John Tavares, I don't think he was doing it on purpose, but I think John Tavares plays John Tavares' game because that's all he can do. Win a face-off, go to the net, you're slow. You're not winning a forecheck. Not out of spite, but you can't.
Age. Yeah.
And I just found there's different levels of checking out. There's different levels of buy-in.
Okay, so sorry.
I think is what I'm
You're
trying
right,
to say.
you're right. But that's the thing. Like, maybe the year started off with no buy-in, but it ended with them being completely checked out by the Austin incident.
The Austin incident was the checkout.
Proved it.
Was your last night at the hotel, time to check out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when we know nobody was caring at all.
That incident still scares me.
Right.
How that played out.
Like,
still
that's what
scares
I mean.
me.
Never mind the buy-in. They were out of it at that point. Nobody cared that your captain got jumped.
This is such an issue in that room right now. Like, they need to start over 1,000 times.
Back to Brad's DNA comment at the end of last year, even when they won the division, man.
But like my kingdom for someone who will do something about the DNA. And I know he tried with Dakota Joshua. He wasn't trying with Matthias Michelli, but Dakota Joshua, he thought would throw his weight around a bit more. It didn't really happen.
But Max Domi's on your top line and Morgan Rielly's one of your top minute defensemen. Yeah,
it's not good. It's not good. And again, this is a team that thought Chris Tanev was taking up a lot of those minutes, but it can't be. Tanev's hurt. Morgan, you play all the minutes
and just collapses.
Can't happen.
Again, the team that gave up the most shots to both their goalies, that's incredible. Their goalies were in 1-2 and shots faced in this league. That doesn't spell defense to me.
I mean, this is at the end of the day, it's this, Azo. DV8R in the chat. Entire roster wanted Berube gone in December with Savard.
Yep.
But Tree dragged it out. So roster coasted the year. You wait and see. October will seem different. It better be different. I agree with a lot of that. It better be different in October.
But what's the roster in October? We don't know yet. How can you say that?
But it better be different.
The roster better be different. The buy-in better be different.
Both.
The coach is going to be different.
I now have more hope. I have more hope than I've had in a long time. Maybe they can mess with the roster more than I think.
Yeah, but how much does a coach thing depend on that too? How much the coach thing could sway you one way or another?
Yeah, but the coach isn't running the team with respect. Listen, I'm all about the David Carl thought from the University of Denver. He's 36. He's never been in the NHL. Don't tell me you're going to come in and be the GM too. Enough.
Yeah.
We're like, cool your jets, kid. Like, no, we're not doing that. Sundin's there. Cheka at least has been in the NHL before. We're not like, coaches deserve certain levels of power. Berube had too much power, in my opinion.
Wow.
We can't do this thing where the coach wants to be the GM. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yes.
Enough. It's ridiculous. Do your
Fair.
job. Win a game.
Fair.
How about this? Win your first NHL game, then we'll talk about you being a GM.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. So the Montreal Canadiens tonight are 8 wins away from winning the Stanley Cup. Game 1, Eastern Conference Final in Raleigh, North Carolina. Shout out to the Montreal Victoire. PWHL champions, Walter Cup champions. They won 4-0 last night against the Ottawa Charge. The Charge are a great organization. They're going to get there one day.
They're right there.
They're really close. But the Montreal Victoire.
First Canadian champs?
Yep. And
You down with MPP?
you know me.
Hell yeah.
Marie-Philippe Poulin lifting the Walter Cup. Great champions. And Montreal went viral this week for becoming champions. There was also another viral moment with the Montreal Victoire. And it leads us to a new segment on the show that I'm debuting today
Oh, boy.
called Who Speaks French Better? I'm going to give you two clips.
God.
I'm going to give you 2 clips to everyone listening, everyone in the chat. We can figure this out in the moment. I'm going to let you hear 2 things. You let me know whose French is better. Clip number 1 happened on this very show earlier this week, the day after the Montreal Canadiens won Game 7 of their second round series against the Buffalo Sabres. And as the show was progressing and we were talking about the Montreal Canadiens at length for obvious reasons, Jeff Asaparty came across a story that piqued his interest. He made me read the story on air, and then French Jeff took over. A reminder, Jeff, you took high-level French growing up? What was it?
I was in French immersion for a while.
French immersion.
In grade school. Yeah,
Okay.
for a couple of years, 4 years.
All right. So
Got my high school credit early.
our first nominee on Who Speaks French Better is Jeff Asaparty on Tuesday of this week.
This today, I want you to read this one.
The Montreal Canadiens' OT winning goal celebrations last night caused a mini earthquake in Montreal. This is according to Made in Canada. Experts from a local university say their sensors registered seismic activity measuring approximately 0.5 on the Richter scale.
Seismic activity was recorded by Natural Resources Canada seismograph at Collège de Jean de Brébeuf.
Sorry, can you say the name?
No,
of the,
I'm not.
Can you say the name of the school one more time?
Collège de Jean de Brébeuf. Collège de Jean de Brébeuf.
Clear.
Collège Jean de Brébeuf. About 5 kilometers from the Bell Center, as well as a sensor in a McGill University basement lab that also picked up spikes following the Canadiens' goals.
So from the Université Bibliothèque de Beaubourg, they picked up on that seismic activity.
Jean de Brébeuf. No, Jean. Sorry, Côte d'Ivoire. I can say that.
I thought my French was bad.
Yeah.
Azo, perfectly said. Bravo. Oh, Dan Ruiz in the chat. Azo said that correctly.
See,
I can
right.
Confirm he said that. Liars.
Correct! Exclamation
Liars.
marks.
No,
Correct.
no,
Winning.
No,
Winning.
Jacques Hughes. Jacques Hughes. All right, that is nominee number 1 in the first installment of Whose French is Better.
There's an even bigger reason to make fun of me in that quote, in that clip. Oh my god.
There's always several.
There's
But
always
which
several.
one stuck out to you?
Huh? I tell you to read it and then I lip it as you're reading it. Did you notice?
You're
that?
a lipper by nature.
I know.
Azo,
Such a bad-
Azo,
I
watch
almost
Azo. If I read something, my guy's right along for the ride.
It's a bad trait.
That's all right.
can't
That's fine.
stand
We can
It's
get it.
funny.
We can get it medically corrected. All right. So nominee number 1 for Whose French is Better, Jeff Asaparty this week. Nominee number 2 for Whose French is Better, Laura Stacey from the Montreal Victoire. Now, Laura Stacey, Mississauga native, Laura Stacey, now a champion with the Montreal Victoire of the PWHL, also a gold medalist, Olympic gold medalist in this country, world championship gold medalist in this country. Laura Stacey is a phenomenal talent. Laura Stacey also knows a little bit of French and isn't afraid to show it off. RDS, before I believe it was Game 3 of the Walter Cup, asked Laura Stacey to do an interview by the benches. Now, as you're about to hear, French isn't the first language of Laura Stacey, but Laura isn't scared of nothing and did the interview. And this has gone viral. And honestly, she's braver than me. I would not have had the stones to do this, but she did. And she's getting a lot of love online for this. So this is Laura Stacey of the Montreal Victoire talking French to RDS, our second nominee in Whose French is Better.
Très important pour notre équipe de focus sur nous-mêmes et de jouer notre match.
On est à Ottawa, les partisans de la charge, ils sont intenses, ils sont bruyants comme vos partisans. Comment vous approchez ça en tant qu'équipe?
Oui, mais c'est toujours fun de jouer en une maison pleine. Of course, they're against us, mais encore une fois, c'est très important pour nous de focus sur nous-mêmes et profitez-en.
Merci beaucoup, Laurent.
Merci.
Toujours fun. That I picked up on.
Nice.
Thank you, Laura, for letting me tag along.
Toujours fun. This segment, toujours fun.
Laura Stacey's getting a lot of love for that.
Yeah, she should.
A lot of respect.
Good for her for trying, doing that.
So, to the listening audience, the moment of truth.
The person interviewing her was much better.
The RDS reporter, yes, was much better. Yes. Well,
she was working with more.
Sorry, are you campaigning against Laura Stacey right now in our first ever installment of Whose French is Better? Jeff has a party or Laura Stacey?
I'm saying
of the
she
Montreal
should win.
Victoire?
I'm telling you she should win. She gets my vote.
All right.
Because that's a great point.
Azzo's getting some votes here. But as someone who has his name on the show, I'm making a call right now. The decision desk is in. I say Laura Stacey is the winner.
Yes, I agree.
Whose French is Better?
I was ready with my acceptance speech too in French.
Good job, Laura. Congratulations.
I had a victory speech in French.
Good. I don't care. You could tell it to me after the show. That segment was toujours fun.
That was toujours fun.
I enjoyed it. That clip went super viral.
Very much.
People,
What's
there's
the other part? They think they got us meh, and then she goes into French. It was very good.
Good for you, Laura.
Yeah,
that was great.
That's awesome.
That's really good.
And people in Montreal respect that, right? You have to.
Yes. Now, if we're in a debate to be the prime minister, maybe not. But when you're putting in the effort like Laura did, yes, I think people
I
respect
vote for
that.
the guy trying.
Yes.
Toujours fun. If I hear my prime minister say toujours fun,
you got my vote.
I'm in.
Stealthy Sammy in the chat. Sick media, toujours fun.
Yeah. Actually, who was it here? It's Rascally Rabbit. But where was it? This chat's moving. Stacey understood the question in French. I was actually more impressed by that because the RDS reporter didn't hold back on the question.
But it's weird. I'm like that too with Portuguese. I watch.
Yeah, that's true.
I watch a lot of kind of soccer news programs in Portuguese for a variety of teams. I can understand a question in Portuguese about
no matter
soccer.
how fast they say it.
I can't. Yeah, but I can't give it back like that.
I'm kind of
I cannot do it.
Maltese too. Yeah, it's true.
But
it's a harsh
I can
one.
understand it.
No, because she didn't slow the question down. Was my point. The RDS reporter, she went at her with a good question, and she understood.
Yeah, there was some pace to it.
Yeah,
but Laura Stacey had toujours fun with it.
As you should.
Love it.
I was trying to have fun, and you just picked on me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I respect Laura Stacey way more than I respect you.
That's fair too.
I have to be honest.
So do I. I respect her a lot more than I respect me too.
Oh, I got a story that's going to piss people off.
Oh boy,
this one flew under the radar in Toronto this week, and I think we should have some fun with this. We need to let this one breathe.
Okay.
So, Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter. Have you heard they're cousins?
I have somewhere.
So they've been doing a pretty good job with NBC all year. I the first time I saw Vince Carter do television, I was just kind of
yeah.
But he's gotten a lot better.
A lot better.
And McGrady is way better than I thought he'd be. NBC have a nice little, shockingly, NBC can do sports well. And so that's what McGrady and Vince Carter have been doing. And also, it wasn't that long ago, Vince Carter had his number, in a somewhat polarizing way, retired by Masai Ujiri and the Toronto Raptors. It was one of Masai's final grandiose acts as president of the Raptors. So both Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter did an interview with GQ magazine. And it was brought up, Vince Carter's retirement, his number 15 being retired by the Raptors a couple of years ago. And Vince Carter said, when asked who the next number is to be retired, he goes, well, Kyle Lowry seems to be the next in line for the honor to do that. And the person running the interview, who's interviewing both McGrady and Vince at the same time, said, other than Kyle Lowry, like is it like a Kawhi Leonard, potentially a number that can be retired? And this was the exchange between the both of them. McGrady was quick to cut the interviewer off. Kawhi, McGrady said, while Carter said, possibly DeMar. McGrady said again, Kawhi, a second time. The interviewer reasoned that Kawhi's championship year in Toronto was a big deal. McGrady said, 1 season. No. Thank you, Kawhi, but it wasn't even a full season. And then Vince Carter added, it's crazy to hear the story about him not wanting to go there and still have a magical season. And he deserves to be recognized somehow, but I feel like DeMar deserves to be up there before that, probably with Kyle, because of the groundwork he put in prior to that. Now, there's two things that stick out to me there. One, I also don't believe Kawhi Leonard's number should be retired at Scotiabank Arena for one single reason. Not because he doesn't deserve it, but because he doesn't care. Are you going to really make a night for Kawhi Leonard where he shows up, says 3 words, leaves, and goes to the plane? Do you guys remember when Kawhi came back to Toronto after they won in 2019? He waved, said thank you, and walked away from Tannenbaum. Go back and watch that video.
Huh.
No one cared less about coming back to Toronto after they won than Kawhi Leonard. Just don't waste a night on a guy who doesn't care. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. The argument of Kawhi Leonard deserving a number retirement based on what he did, I will listen to. I watched Milt Palacio play in this city for the Raptors. I watched people fawn over Jose Calderon. That guy came in and put in work. I will hear the argument for Kawhi Leonard. But he doesn't care, guys. Why would you waste an evening on a guy who doesn't care? That's the first thing I think of when I read those quotes. The second thing I think of is, when the hell did 2 guys who quit on the Raptors in McGrady and Carter become the arbiters of other guys who quit on the Raptors? What makes their quitting any better than someone else's quitting? Who the hell do they think they are? Like everyone forgot how that happened with McGrady and Carter. So now they're judging other players for leaving Toronto? That's the most ignorant thing I've ever seen in my life. People wrote columns in this city. There's documentation, guys. I don't know what you think is going on here. You buy 0.9% of the bills and all of a sudden you think you can just rewrite history. The hell are you talking about? I will take criticism of Kawhi leaving from a lot of places. Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter are not 2 of those places. That ends today. Off the high horse and walk it off. That is crazy. How McGrady and Carter think it's unacceptable how Kawhi handled his time in Toronto. Really? McGrady couldn't get out of here fast enough. Carter stopped dunking. Childish stuff. But no, Kawhi's not worthy. Stop it. Stop it. What do you make of that, Azo?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I couldn't believe those quotes.
That's true. And Kawhi doesn't deserve one because he didn't want to run it back here. He didn't want to be here. So why are you going to honor him?
And the other reason, if he doesn't want to be here, that's fine.
Yeah, so then why are you going to honor him? I know he's a big part, and that's why they won, but no.
But if you were to honor Kawhi Leonard in Toronto for a number retiring, you think he'd appreciate that?
Mm-hmm.
You think he'd bring in family for that? Uncle Dennis? You think Uncle Dennis, who wanted a piece of the Leafs, would come in and be happy with that weekend? What are you talking about? Like, he doesn't care.
Even Vince and Tracy there, like leaning into it. They even have a podcast now, I believe, called Cousins. But at the time, when they first found out they were cousins, they don't want to build here together either. They don't want. Tracy couldn't wait to get out of here, to go be the man somewhere else.
Couldn't wait to leave. Now, McGrady left and won scoring titles and was a great player.
He wanted to be the man. He didn't want to play in Vince's shadow.
Chris Betty in the chat. Jose Calderon over Kawhi.
Yeah.
Man, people love Jose in this town, eh?
Dude, come on. The 3. Let's go.
Michael in the chat. Rafa Arujo over Kawhi.
But it's obviously Kyle, then DeMar. Then what about Bosch? Where do you put Bosch on that?
Bosch's numbers were significant in the city.
But he left too.
Yes, he did.
Didn't he?
Technically sign and trade with
Yeah,
Miami.
I guess.
Technically.
Yeah, we got a lot. Yeah.
There's a lot of that in this city. But let's just stop mudslinging when everyone left.
Exactly.
Who the
100%.
hell? Why are you better than Kawhi? Kawhi at least won here.
You're right.
I can argue Kawhi's year is better than any year outside of Vince Carter's dunk year.
Mm-hmm.
Or the postseason where he's dropping 50 on the Sixers and the Knicks.
Yeah.
There's a arrogance to that I couldn't quite understand. Kawhi left. Didn't you leave? Doesn't matter. Kawhi left, and he's not worthy.
Yeah.
Please.
It's true.
Ridiculous.
Could be worse as Damon Stoudemire over Kawhi.
The guy they booed when they drafted him opening night.
It's true. Little Mighty Mouse.
Do you want to update the Southampton soccer story here before we
There
go?
was one other story we didn't mention this week that I think deserves a quick sec. The Chris Knobloch.
Oh, that he's going to sit out time?
He might take some time off.
I mentioned it yesterday, but we didn't really get into it though.
You surprised by that?
So for those who don't know what we're talking about, Frege reported this week Chris Knobloch might not be in such a huge hurry to get back in the game.
Leaning towards taking time off or something like that.
He's owed is it $7 million a year for the next 3?
I think it was combined, wasn't it? 7 or 8 combined?
That sounds about right. But he's owed a lot of money to not coach right now and not work. And Frege suggested he's kind of thinking about sitting in that for a while. If I'm Chris Knobloch and I'm a little tired right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
Here's what I know. I'm young. I went to 2 straight Stanley Cup finals. I'm not an idiot. And if you give me a defender better than Evan Bouchard and a goalie better than Tristan Jarry, I might make you a winner. And I think there's a lot of teams in this league who respect Chris Knobloch and know full well the train wreck that Stan Bowman, Jeff Jackson operation has become. And you also know full well 5 coaches per year are getting canned. Never mind out of season, in season. So if the bug comes back, you can itch it very quickly in this league. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. If I'll have a sit and wait attitude if I'm Chris Knobloch too. What's your
No, I was going to ask you. It's because of maybe the vacancies that are available right now. You look around.
I don't know. The Leafs job's pretty good. I don't care what the roster looks like. They're going to pay through the nose for you. If that's what you want.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not what you want. But
that's funny because on SportsCenter, I told you this. Corrado was on the other night. And they were going through all the vacancies. And they had him list the 3 jobs between Edmonton, Vancouver, and Toronto. How would you rank them in terms of
what?
Eagerness to take them or how they rank in terms of
closest to win a Stanley Cup? What are we talking about?
Which ones do you think a coach would value more? Would want to jump into more?
Vancouver, Edmonton, Toronto.
Yes. And now Knobloch would be obviously out of Vancouver, out of Edmonton, but
Edmonton scares me the most.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting to me.
They are one Connor McDavid decision away from a full rebuild in that city. You think Vasily Podkolzin's going to carry you for years after that? I know they got 29 there too, but don't tell me 29 is going to stick around long haul if 97 leaves. That's the other domino no one's talking about in Edmonton. You think Draisaitl's going to keep his mouth shut and be a good little boy?
But you get a year of Connor.
Sure.
But you get a year of Connor.
If I'm signing a 5-year deal and I get 1 year Connor, that's not enticing to me.
Okay. That's why I found it curious.
But this is why Berube makes sense. Berube will just kind of do what he's told right now. Berube just wants to stay in the game.
Oh, 100%.
He doesn't care. As an Alberta guy on top of it, he doesn't care. If I'm looking at a job where not only can I have influence early, but a chance to mold and be successful and be part of the team in earnest over 3, 4, 5, 6 years, there's something about the Canucks I find very intriguing.
Yeah.
Very intriguing.
He ranked them. So he ranked them Edmonton, Vancouver, and then Toronto. For that very reason, Vancouver was over Toronto.
I'd go Vancouver, Leafs, Edmonton.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on.
Because these coaches, a lot of these coaches, the thing the Oilers are running into is the majority of coaches are going to be like, so what about 97? And they're going to be like,
Yeah, but if you win it this year, you go on a long run. It buys you
Do you
some
think?
cred.
Here's the other thing. The problem with Edmonton and Toronto in trying to sell yourself as something is we all watched the games.
Yeah.
Coaches watched the games. You don't think David Carl in Denver is going through all the tape of last season and throwing up in his mouth? Honestly.
No? Yeah.
Do you think Manny Malhotra, who still as of this moment is not the head coach of the Vancouver Canucks, hasn't poured through all of that? Can I turn Brock Besser around? Can I turn Elias Pettersson around? They're all looking at the games, guys. Yeah. And unless there's intel at play that we're not aware of, I think it's hurting some of these Canadian teams.
I agree.
The McDavid thing is the most blatant thing that's hurting them. Because not only has he not committed past 2 years, he's pissed and has not committed for past 2 years. Why in Edmonton is it an assumption the best job is the one with the most question marks?
No.
You know what I mean?
More stability.
I've never understood that talk.
You could get a longer leash without a doubt.
With that said, a lot of people think Edmonton's the best job. Frankie Corrado is one of my favorite guys on air. I do disagree with the notion that Edmonton's the one you run to.
Some people in the chat are agreeing with him, and I agree. I mean, if you want to win right away, like you said, Berube, that was his first year.
But if I'm a guy like Malhotra or David Carl or Jay Woodcroft or I want to. It's not about winning initially. It's about, can I make an impact and can I grow with a team? You're not growing with Edmonton. That's not your team when you walk in that door.
But Frankie's point was to coach two of the best players in the world, two of the best players in this league, even for a season.
Let me tell you something.
Is worth a chance.
Let me tell you something. The way that organization operates, you're not going to see the 4th and 5th years of the contract.
Yeah.
What's the average I read under Daryl Cates? A coach has lasted 177 days on average.
Yeah.
That's it?
Well, I think there's
177 games, not days. 177 games in Edmonton. Then they change. Since going back 10 years or whatever.
Coach span, I think. Yeah,
it's a crazy span.
2.3 years or something.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Do I want that?
If you have a really
guys, McDavid's leaving.
Yeah, but they've been to 2 cup finals in the last 3 years.
So I'm going to go in there for 1 year on a hope. Is that a plan or a panicky human being? Craig Berube right now is panicking because if he in his mind, if he doesn't get back in the game, he's done. He embarrassed himself in Toronto last year. He's done.
You're not wrong.
If you're a younger coach who's a little bit smarter than that, it's chess, not checkers. McDavid there for a year looks like the shiny toy. But they got real flaws on that team.
They do.
And anyone who knows anything about hockey knows that. To just run in there and go, that's my chance. That's crazy.
But a younger guy that
is not the best job in hockey right now available. I'm sorry. It's not. It's not. Now, we can go back and forth on Leafs and Canucks.
Yeah, no. Those are the two I think they're more tied together. The Edmonton one was...
And the LA Kings completely screwed themselves over. That rebuild was a disaster.
Again, the proof is that team has gotten to 2 Stanley Cup finals in the last 3 years.
Right.
No, but if you have a new system and you think you can work it, maybe you get buy-in from McDavid. But you get at least 1 year to coach 2 of the best players in the world.
If I'm uprooting my family and signing this contract, you better give me more than 1 year of McDavid.
Okay, that's fair.
That's not cool with me.
It's fair.
Now, Bruce again, there are coaches so insane, they're like, just get me back in. That's Cassidy. That's Berube. I'm sure there's a few other coaches. That's Laviolette. Same guy. They think Cassidy less. But Berube and Laviolette's and those type of coaches know they are at the end. So they are dying to get in there again.
I think Cassidy would look at the Edmonton job and want it more than the other two.
But my point is, let's say Cassidy doesn't get the Edmonton job.
Right.
He's going to work again, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's my point.
Definitely.
The other two are panicking.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right on that.
Peter Laviolette will talk to a college student who has a podcast right now to get airtime. Like, he wants to be on everything. Because he's afraid the ship has sailed.
I think Boudreau has succumbed to that. He knows he's not coming in. He's fine as an analyst now, right? Like, people keep throwing out Boudreau's name. I think he's fine with it where he is at.
But in this league, nothing would surprise me in this league, guys. That was what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
The Rick Bowness thing in Columbus was nuts.
It's insane. That is true.
That was nuts.
Mm-hmm.
He retired 3 times or whatever it was. That's crazy what happens with Rick Bowness. And he rips his team and gets a contract extension afterwards.
Yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to get your
That's
take on that.
an interesting one.
It was a very
It's an interesting one.
And again, like I respect Frankie. I think he's great. And like it was just such an interesting conversation to me. It surprised me that he put the Vancouver, and for the same reason you just said, put Vancouver over the Leafs. And I kind of agreed with him when he pointed it out.
I just think the opportunity to rebuild is at a far more accelerated stage in Vancouver than Toronto. No question about it. No question.
And buys you time. You're right.
100%.
If you want the stability, then you pick it. Anyway, sorry. So let's
No. Let's just update. Oh, you want to run it? Let's run it. Okay, so an update. So yesterday we told you the story about the world's richest soccer game this Saturday, which is a Premier League playoff. The winner goes to the English Premier League next year with the potential to earn your soccer team $500 million if you win it. There's potential there. Like 500 million Canadian to you if you win this Saturday at Wembley Stadium in England. So initially the game was Hull City against Southampton. Southampton this week, after being caught filming other teams' practices illegally in hilarious fashion, this was the guy that we ran yesterday for those watching on YouTube, X, and Facebook. They caught this idiot filming practices. It happened at 3 separate practices throughout the year. Southampton won none of those games. They were caught red-handed. They admitted to it, and they were pulled from Saturday's game. They are no longer playing in that game, and their chance at $500 million is gone. So Middlesbrough, the team they beat in the semifinal to go, will be playing that game as of this moment against Hull City. Now, Azzo and I looked at this picture of Johnny Spies a lot with the baggy pants for the back end of yesterday's show. It's one of the great photos in sports in 2026.
Dude, this is going to be me when you go to the Jays game with SJG. Just checking in on how it's going.
But like Azzo and I talking about this wild soccer story does not do it justice. It changes when you hear a Sky Sports British reporter give the narrative to you in their Shakespearean way. So this is the report that Sky Sports filed on the incident. They sent a reporter to go by the tree that you just saw that Southampton spy at. And he walks you through what happened after he ran away and threw the clubhouse of a golf course. Again, the story gets better when you hear it in British.
Is the Middlesbrough training ground. You can see over my shoulder there, the main building, a few hundred yards up there. And this is where the alleged incident happened last week. Now, over this fence here is where the Middlesbrough first team squad train, and this is exactly where they were training last Thursday when they felt that they apprehended a Southampton spy watching their session. And this tree...
The Southampton spy is my new favorite phrase. Sorry, I interrupted the wrong time. He's touching the tree that the guy was not hiding behind. Here we go. Let's go back. He's touching. This was reporting at its highest level from Sky Sports.
And this tree here is central to this situation, this investigation, because they allege that the spy was stood behind this tree filming their training session. He was spotted by officials from the club up there in the training ground. Once they realised that things looked a little bit suspicious, they ran down this hill, and the spy, I am told, packed up his equipment and hot-footed 150 yards.
And hot-footed.
In these baggy pants.
That's what Craig Berube did to the Oilers interview.
Oh my
He hot-footed his way to Edmonton.
That's unbelievable.
It's not done.
To the nearby golf club. So the spy ran down here to the clubhouse, and he fled through these doors here into a changing facility, a toilet.
To the listening audience, the Sky Sports reporter went to the door of the bathroom to let you know Johnny Baggy Pants, the Southampton spy, ran in there, changed, and then, he picks up the story.
Changed his appearance, changed his T-shirt, and then hot-footed through the dining area and out through those doors towards the course.
Is that the guy? No, he's wearing a different T-shirt. That can't be him.
Can you imagine sitting in the lounge when this idiot's running through?
With equipment.
Yeah.
He had a phone.
I know.
Pack up his equipment. What equipment?
The guys were the guys who caught this guy the same guy who helped out Caleb Joseph at Sportsnet?
Oh, maybe. Probably.
Maybe the same guys.
Oh my God.
Sorry, everything's better when Sky Sports reports on it.
Dude, the fact they did that, the guy live on location touching the tree was my favorite part.
He hot-footed What a way to describe that.
Oh my God, that's so
Wow. You know what never hot-footed this season? The Leafs defense. Never. I don't know what to say there, man.
That's amazing. It's the best story of the year so far.
Oh, not even close.
Mm.
This Southampton spying story that cost them a shot at $500 million is you can't write it. You cannot write it and have people believe it.
A drone can't hot foot its way out of anywhere.
Oh man. All right. I think we're about done. That show was toujours fun.
It's so
I enjoyed that. Again, congratulations to the Montreal Victoire.
yes.
Hopefully we got 2 celebrations in Montreal this year.
Let's
I know
go.
some Leaf fans don't want to hear that. Sorry. I like the Habs. They are likable to me. Anything else, Azza?
No, we're good.
All right. Our apologies. We wanted to get to Anthony Santander, but we ran out of time because today was toujours fun.
Yeah.
On behalf of Jeff Azzopardi and everyone here at Sick Media, I'm Sid. You've been watching and listening to the Sid Seixeiro Show powered by Sick Media. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Take care. We'll talk soon.
Au revoir, tout le monde.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sid Seixeiro Show on YouTube, X, Instagram, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts.